Good evening.
Very good evening! Hello everybody, once again, welcome back to AsiaFortress Cup Season 10 Grand Finals between the Div 3 top 2 teams, MJM going up against a TMG. Tonight I am joined by the one and only R.
Hi guys.
Hello. For those of you who are unaware, R is part of Crescendo, the Div 1 team. Congratulations, I believe you guys got second place?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so tonight we are going to be having TMG going up against MJM. It is going to be the grand finals for the Div 3 matchup, and we already have the maps already set and ready to go. It is going to be Process being the first map, followed by Snakewater, and then the tiebreaker map is going to be CP Badlands. R, have you been following the Div 3 playoffs and stuff?
Yeah, like the one, especially the one with MGM, because I'm kind of
affiliated, yeah.
Yeah. I also recently follow a little bit of TMG.
Right.
They have strong soldiers there.
Definitely. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup tonight. MJM, of course, they were the ones that pushed TMG down into that lower bracket in the first place. Just 2 weeks ago, they pushed them down into the lower bracket. TMG clawed their way back up, and now here they are back into the grand finals, going to face off MJM once again. We actually do have a couple of MJM players as well as TMG players inside the Discord. We can actually hop into their server and have a very short interview with some of the MJM players. I do believe we have Cabbage of Love as well as Big Head, I believe.
Alright. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go. Hello, MGM.
Wait.
Wait. Right, so it doesn't look like the MGM people are ready at the moment, though.
Oh, sorry. I'm telling to get to come in now.
Yeah, okay, right. So, yeah, in the meantime, yeah, just gonna welcome everyone once again. We are currently, going to do a shoutcast coverage of the AsiaFortress Cup Season 10 Div 3 Grand Finals. We are going to be watching the MGM players going up against TMG. That would be Majiami going up against the Mighty Gibuses. And this is, of course, the Grand Final, so it's going to be a winner-takes-all. And I do believe we are going to have the MGM players up and ready inside the server, Discord server. So hello, we have Cabbage of Love as well as Big Head.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you guys nervous or are you guys excited or?
I'm nervous. I wanna.
Don't
yeah.
be, man. Be confident, man.
Yeah, so first and foremost, congratulations for making it all the way this far. Of course, the biggest thing to point out is that you know, you guys have been dominating during the week 1 to week 7 matchups. You know, you guys were the team that pretty much everyone, you know, they were sure that you guys would be taking the championship. However, you know, nearing towards the end of the week 1 to 7 matchups, you know, you guys started losing. You lost your first map to BRG on Badlands, and that was in week 7, I believe. And another major thing to point out for MGM is that you guys did not have anybody transfer in during the first transfer window. So why was that?
Just we didn't expect that we can get, like, everyone is still playing in their team, and we can get any other players to join us. The second transfer window, like, some team forfeit and disband, so we can get players get in now.
Right. So yeah, in the second transfer window, you guys brought in M3 as well as Bolo, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so far that has been actually been working out fairly well for you guys. And another thing that you know, just 2 weeks ago, you guys pushed down TMG into the lower bracket, and then now here they are, they're back for blood. So you know, are there going to be any changes in terms of strategy? You know, when you guys go up, you're going to face the same players again. You know, are you going to switch anything up?
Yeah, well, we're gonna be playing with a different roster this time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, so obviously, unfortunately, the big head won't be playing it. Waller will be playing. And we're hoping the extra firepower will help us pull through more comfortably this time.
Mm-hmm. Right, so very looking forward to whatever plays that you guys are going to pump out for us later on in tonight's match. Of course, all the best for later on.
Yeah, go Majiami, man.
Right. All right, let's hop into the TMG Discord right now. They have AsiaFortress as well as Deadstar. Hello, TMG.
Hello, Kenji.
Hello, Deadstar. Hello, Asa.
Hello.
Yeah, first and foremost, once again, as I had told MJM as well, congratulations for making it all the way to the grand finals. How are you guys feeling tonight?
Pretty hyped,
Pretty
I
high.
would say.
That's good. That's good.
Are you nervous? Or anything like that? Scared? Why? Why you and Cabbage of Love series?
Yeah, you guys said the exact same thing.
Because it's the grand finals. You don't know what's gonna happen.
That's true. The night is still young. We've yet to start the first map, and right. So now TMG, of course, you guys have been seen as one of the, the underdogs inside of Div 3. You guys popped out of practically nowhere, and in week 1, going up against BRG, you guys undoubtedly gave us the best matchup. Probably the best, if not one of the best matchups from week 1 to 7. And how did it feel, when you guys went up against BRG just last week, and you guys took them out of the competition? What went through your mind, when that happened?
Well, basically, I don't know what to say, but we went through a lot of problems and conflicts between the players, but we just tried to stick together.
Yeah, and you
try to
guys,
improve
yeah,
as
you
much
guys,
as we
you
can.
guys pretty much pulled through, and here you are in the grand finals already.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, with all your roster shuffles, especially I noticed in week 1, Deadstar was a Solly, but now he's actually on Scout. So, what was the biggest roster change for you guys?
Biggest roster change?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you be more specific?
Like, basically, roster, during the transfer window, everything, the people that you guys brought in, I believe Shatler and Rust as well. Was Rust playing a different class? He was on demo, right?
He was roamer.
Oh, right. Yeah, so all those changes, like, do you guys think it was a good idea to change it after the first few weeks?
Well, the first week we did quite badly, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Then after playing some pucks and scrims, we found some very talented players like Was.
Mm-hmm.
So we just get them in and try to play with them as much as we can, and become a better team with them.
Alright, so yeah, I mean, you guys, of course, have been pulling through, and here you guys are in the grand final, so congratulations once again. And of course, you guys are going to be facing off MJM once again. They were the guys that pushed you down into the lower bracket. So do you have any new strategies, to take them on once again?
Actually, I don't think we've had any strategy when playing a match or scrim.
Mm-hmm.
We just try to
Just try your
analyze the
best?
situation,
Right.
then just see what works and what doesn't work, and fix our mistakes from those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we would sometimes we would have some mentoring sessions that last for about an hour, and basically just talk about our mistakes and how to coordinate better and our positionings and stuff.
Alright, that's very good. That's very good indeed. Yep, so yeah, once again, all the best for your match, which is probably going to start very soon. Yeah, wish to see some more lovely plays coming up from you guys. All the best.
Thanks.
Are we
Thank
still waiting
you.
for the last one?
Yeah, it does look like we are waiting for the last player for the side of TMG, and in the meantime, it does look like they have most of the players in at the moment, so we can just hop in and watch them start killing each other.
Alright.
Like,
Right, so once again, for those of you who are only just joining us, welcome to the AsiaFortress Cup Season 10. This is going to be the Div 3 bracket. We are going to be watching Majiami heading up against TMG, and it's going to be a winner-takes-all. The winner, of course, going to be walking away with that very, very lovely first place inside AFC 10 for the Div 3 bracket, while the loser is going to be bumped down into second place. R, do you have any predictions going on for tonight?
I would guess it's gonna be a really tight game because I think TMG is gonna come back stronger since that MJM previously like killed them off the playoff, right? The low bracket, and here they are, playoff final, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a close match. You know,
Yeah.
you saw TMG go up against MGM a couple of weeks back. They took a map, they lost a map, you know, both sides. They went even to a tiebreaker map, so fingers crossed tonight we get close matches as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
It'll be
man.
more exciting though.
Oh yeah, hopefully we get awesome plays. Hopefully we get lovely picks as well throughout the entire Div 3. My casting career throughout the Div 3 bracket, definitely seen some very lovely picks, pops of course, and of course lovely drops. Shout out to Kuhn, if he's in Twitch chat, shout out to Kuhn for all those lovely drops that he gave us early on. But of course, you know, this is going to be the grand finals. You know, we have to, you know, the teams of course have to be of a certain caliber to reach this point in the season. So definitely mistakes will be punished heavily by the other team.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely a lot of stuff that they have to look out for. Flanks, of course, they have to look out for. Basically, in the terms of CP process, what do the teams, you know, what do they have to majorly look out for?
I guess more like, for example, in process, what I love whenever I mentor someone else or wherever I discuss with my team, always play with one direction, especially process. Like, you don't want like 5 players playing right side and one player to be isolated alone on the left, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone needs to be supporting with one another at one side itself. It will be more sustainable, you know?
Oh, definitely. So yeah, I mean, CP process mid-fight, you know, mainly solis and demos and scouts. Scouts will be flanking around, solis will be jumping up to gain the high ground. Mid-fights especially, in terms of medic placement, you know, where do you expect like the most optimal positioning that they should be playing around?
I guess the medic, if medic wise, you guys just want to keep the medic alive, and especially the scouts for the after like the early the scouts cannot go down for the early good fight, alright? Because what I would want my team medic be positioned is whereby demo man and behind the scout and behind the demo man. So one thing for sure is the roamer or the scout needs to get high ground, and when taking high ground, I guess the demo man of the other side needs to spam out the ones taking high ground. Otherwise, the one taking high ground, they just go overlap the other side. You know what I mean?
Yep. So definitely,
you have to look out for that.
So high ground definitely going to be a key thing for CP process. The following two maps, of course, we are going to be seeing Snakewater. That a map where mid fights are extremely scary and chaotic. Snakewater, of course, it's definitely a solely scared, solely dominated mid fights and stuff. Especially, oh yeah, definitely. You're coming out from the kitchen, standing up top on the platforms, just spamming down. So definitely mid fight's going to be a huge thing later on when we reach the second map. And of course, we are sincerely hoping, fingers crossed, that we move on into a third map. CP Badlands, of course. Badlands was practically the first map played this season. And both teams, of course, performed very, very strongly on that map. But with all the roster shuffles coming in, we might actually see some very interesting plays.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely looking forward to all of that. And yeah, so right now, just hang tight. Just waiting for the final player to join in. Right, so we do have the rosters up already. We already gonna know who are the players that will be playing for later on. I'm gonna start off with TMG. We will be having the pocket and flanking scouts, Deadstar and Sinky, of course, two scouts very, very scary, working together throughout the entire season. Pocket Solly is gonna be Shatler, our Roma is gonna be AsiaFortress, and the Demo Man is gonna be the one and only Teehee, and the German Healing Man is gonna be Rust.
What about for MJM side? They've recently added 2 new players, which is Baller and M3. M3 as the demo man and Baller as the rover. So the other soldier for MJM is gonna be Moonlit with a strong DM soldier. Looking forward to his play. And 2 more scouts is Cabbage of Love and Choo Choo. Choo Choo is Spear. And the medic is gonna be Chimera.
Yep, so that is going to be the rosters for both sides, MJM as well as TMG. Once again, we're just going to be waiting for the final player for TMG to come in. I believe it is going to be Rust. That's right, the German Healing Man for the side of TMG has yet to join the server. But yeah, once again, for those of you who are only just joining us, welcome to the AsiaFortress Cup Season 10 Division 3 bracket. This is going to be the grand finals tonight. We are going to be seeing Majiami heading up against the Mighty Gibuses. First map of the day is going to be CP Process. And then we will move on to Snakewater, followed by a tiebreaker map should that come to happen. It is going to be on CP Badlands. So of course, it's going to be a winner takes all, where the winner, of course, is going to be crowned the champion of the Div 3 bracket for this season's AsiaFortress Cup. Of course, Div 1 has concluded already with Xiao taking the championship role, and of course Crescendo following in second. And for the Div 2 Grand Finals, that's going to take place tomorrow. They have scheduled it at 9:30, I believe, 9:30 p.m. GMT plus 8, so that is going to be something to look out for as well. But tonight we are just going to be focusing on our 2 lovely teams right here, MJM going up against TMG. So in the meantime, let's just just watch them kill each other and just hang tight before the match starts. Does look like most of the players are in at the moment. We are going to have Rusty already inside the server, so it's just a matter of all the players running up, just waiting on Teehee as well as Deadstar before we can start the match proper. So once again, for those of you who are only just joining us, welcome to the shoutcast for the AsiaFortress Cup Season 10 Division 3 bracket. We will be having MJM going up against TMG, and there we go. We are going to be going live very shortly. Just pre-set up before the match goes live. So this is going to be Majiami going up against TMG, the Mighty Gibuses, for the grand finals. The winner is going to be crowned the champion of AFC 10, and the loser is going to go into second place. And here we are going to be live right now. Going to follow N3 for his rollout to mid, and that is going to be the demo man for the side of MJM. Relatively standard rollout, just going to be making his way all the way to the mid fight. Going to start spamming his stickies out all the way onto the other side already. Teehee, of course, going to do the exact same thing. So here we go, mid fight is going to go underway. The scouts are already trying to get the upper ground. Moonlit going to be jumping up front, has his sights on the medic, but the entirety of TMG comes bombing in, trying to deny him. Chimera going to be standing in a little bit of danger right there, getting taken down to the double digits, but she is going to back out into that sewers to get that health back. And TMG players, man, they are going extremely aggressively. They do lose 3 players. Currently, the only people up are going to be Rusty, Teehee. Well, Teehee goes to heaven. No. This currently the only one up alive at 12 health at choke right now. Manages to scrape through and back out. The medic, of course, Rusty, does survive with that very lovely 80% charge. Mid-fight, man, goes into the hands of MJM. What went down?
I would say the demo man on the red is not doing much like later damage. When, as I mentioned earlier, when the blue start taking a left crate, that's when they actually have to spam the left crate.
So basically MJM definitely dominated that mid fight, yeah. So here we are. They are going to try to contest Spire right now. Both medics do have that full charge on hand, so that's probably why the TMG players are going to be hanging up really close. They know they can contest this. Shallow going to take quite a lot of damage, but a lovely arrow coming from Russ going to bring him back up into the healthy range. Chimera eats quite a lot of damage, and Uber is going to be popped for the side of MJM, and Uber is going to be countered by TMG. They are going to try to push out and get anybody down at all, but they are going to lose both their scouts, Sinky and Deadstar. They do manage to somehow hold on to Spire. We do see a scout coming in from behind. Chimera gets finished off as well, so that is going to be a big blow to MJM. That is not going to be any medic up for the side of MJM. No charge as well. Rusty going to build his charge up as soon as possible. Currently at 18%. Going to be hanging around that area trying to get his teammates up and healthy once again. So Spire fight, TMG successful defense. We do still see a solid baller going to be bombing around. Doesn't quite get that medic pick though. He gets denied and taken out mid-air, but TMG are going to lose lots of players. Holy shit, they are going to lose loads of players. The only person up being Teehee right now. And off-classing to Sniper straight away. Sinky going to try to get that medic pick. Spire is going to go into the hands of MJM almost immediately. Both teams have yet to have that full Uber charge. Sinky going to be keeping an eye out on Shutter while the TMG players spread out to gain all the ground and watch all the flanks as possible. So that just MJM and demolishing TMG on that Spire and capturing it for their team.
Probably both sides are just going to be Uber. Blue seems like Blue has 30% Uber ad.
Very
30 actually.
Yep, very sizable Uber ad. Of course, they are going to try to build it up as soon as possible together with the scout. TMG going to be doing the exact same thing. We are going to see a engineer, ESEA, going to get his sentry up on the left side. So they're not going to be running 2 solis this time around. Deadstar still on scout, and engineer going to ESEA going to engineer instead of one of the scouts. Sinky, of course, going to be a sniper, going to try to get that medic pick. It does look like they intend to push in though. MJM, they are already in boiler. Sinky going to be watching the boiler room. Chimera going to be in a little bit of danger if she pops out right there. Sinky going to get a little bit of spam coming in from the solis. He is going to back out into resub. And Bowler Man just watching up top, making sure nobody flanks around. Captain of Love going to reunite with him. And the majority of the MJM players just hanging around inside Bowler. Bowler goes for the medic, gets the med pick. That is going to be the medic down for the side of TMG. The medic 0 Uber. Bowler loses life as well, but that is going to be a full Uber ad in the hands of MJM. They're definitely going to be able to push in with that. Very, very lovely play indeed coming in from Bowler. Got that lovely medic pick. And here we go. Moonlit going to be peeking in. He's supposed to sentry on the extreme right, or right outside spawn. Going to toss out a couple of rockets. Doesn't do too much to damage it, but it's just going to be spamming it down. The engineer going to be able to bring it back up once again. So MJM currently not deciding to push in at the moment, though. They do still have that Uber ad just getting into positions before they decide to do anything at all. There we go. Uber is going to be popped onto Muli. He's going to jump, trying to get the Holly up inside Secret, but he just backs out. The sentry currently still up, just damaging everyone. The Uber ends for the side of MJM. This Uber, not that effective at all, but they are somehow making it on the way to the point. M3 going to spamming out his stickies on the point, trying to catch the medic once they're tossing out his pipes, trying to get any damage done at all. The Solly going to be jumping onto the point. Mulet going toe-to-toe against the Solly. Solly getting extremely damaged. TMG, they're losing too many players, and there we go. The first round into the hands of MJM. So definitely, you know, that pick coming out from Baller opened the door for MJM to push in straight away. So definitely good play coming from Baller indeed.
I'm just gonna look at M3 again.
There we go, mid-fight is going to be underway once again. TMG players trying to get the higher ground. Shoutout going to eat a lot of damage, but the medic right there going to bring him back up into the healthy range. Back up to the triple digits. M3 just going to be spamming up the crate to deny anyone from jumping up top. Cabbage of Love, because going toe-to-toe against Deadstar. Takes him relatively low, but Cabbage, of course, going to be flanking around. Getting a little bit low as well, down to 65. Trying to gain the upper ground, but TMG, man, it does look like they're getting the... yeah, it does look like they're going to get the mid-fight, so MJ are going to be backing out. They do have that Uber charge ready to go. Both teams, of course, going to be ready for any push coming in from either side. MJM going to be hanging back on top of Spire. Definitely want to contest this point. They don't have their demo man at the moment, but they will have that Uber charge. And ASEA gets taken down by Baller once again. Baller definitely the Roma to look out for. And there we go. Yep, Ubers are going to be popped and traded on the midpoint. MJF's Uber going to end a little bit earlier than the TMG one. Very good flashing coming out from TMG's Rusty. Getting all the players flashed up and invulnerable. And, ooh, Rusty going to eat a lot of damage. Going to take it down to 30. Finally getting finished off by Sphere working together with Mulet. Damaging him down all the way. Himera going to have that sizable Uber rat into her hands right now. 30%, 28%. Slowly climbing. TMG going to be losing quite a few players. Midpoint, man. Oh, Himera gets destroyed mid-air by ASEA. So that is going to be Uberad back into the hands of TMG. Rusty, of course, has to reunite. But MGM, man, what's going on? They're losing so many players. The only person up is going to be M3. And he's finally taken down. What went down, man, during the mid-fight?
It did well for the first... When the Uber exchange, they got 2-star as the first pick. And after that, they just got scattered. And everyone just playing their own DM fights. And I guess MGM didn't really focus down on targets, those low targets, and they end up like getting heals and flanking Hemera, and then there goes everything.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, they managed to take down Rusty. Of course, the Scout Sphere, you know, went all the way in, it took down Rusty, but you know, when they just got too far deep in, just get singled out one by one. You know, the MGM players, they just started getting finished off by TMG. They took down Himera. That was a huge pick for them, you know, with Rusty spawning in earlier than Himera. But, you know, it does look like Ubers are going to be equal right now, you know, despite them having that very, very sizable Uber ad. They capture Spire, but then they decide, to hang back, not too keen on pushing in. Both teams will have that Uber charge ready to go. They're a little bit cramped situation inside rollout right now. You got quite a number of players right there. A little bit of bad placement right there. A lot of them just hanging around inside. All they have to do is just spam, spam a couple of damage in. TMG players just going to be hanging around, making sure nobody decides to flank out from anywhere at all. Deadstar going to be watching all the flanks together with Shoutout up top. So Sphere is going to be a sniper at the moment, just peeking around Boiler, trying to get that fabled medic pick. Definitely any pick at all will give that Uber ad into the hands of well, not Uber ad, the number ad into the hands of MJ. He tries to get a shot there, but it just doesn't quite connect. I think he is going to switch back into Scout, and there we go. So TNG players holding their ground. Lots of green numbers on the left side of the screen. Most of them are going to be overhealed. T-He currently the focused heal target. Trying to see if we can see his perspective. There we go. Rusty just hanging on the Spire, just waiting for anyone to push out. So relatively safe position coming up from Rusty, and it does look like they want to push in towards the boiler room, trying to gain some ground for the team. They're all crowded around inside boiler though. Not a very pleasant place to be. All the all the players outside of MGM have to do is just bomb in and start spamming. And that could be that could spell a lot of danger. So Cabbage of Love is going to be the sniper this time around, not Sphere.
Yeah.
Of course, what he wants to do is get that pick. And ooh, Chimera gets forced, and the Ubers are going to be traded. Baller being the first one to bite the dust, followed shortly after by ASEA. And currently, Spire still in the hands of TMG. They do lose 2 players, Sinky as well as ASEA. They have that number advantage. It does look like they intend to push out. Cabbage is going to be a heavy to watch last. M3 going to be inching around inside rollout, just tossing out some stickies. But ooh, nothing much getting done. Deadstar going to try to chase down anybody at all. Going to make his way onto the point. Nobody's focusing him down. He's standing on the point. The timer's going up. So much capture time down onto the point by Deadstar. He does eventually get finished off on the point, but that is a lot of capture time. MGM have to play this very, very carefully. Quite a lot of sticky threats. Baller jumping the medic once again. Tries to get the pick, but just not enough damage. Rusty going to be down to the double digits once again. Moonlit's turn to try and jump the medic. Going to try his best to take anyone down, but gets finished off mid-air. Just a big shame coming from MGM. That is going to be a number advantage into the hands of TMG. They are going to try to push in to capitalize on this situation. MGM don't have any solis up at the moment. The only person up being M3, the Devilman, as well as the 2 scouts. And there we go. They are going to try to recapture that final point. They have that Uber as well. Teehee going to be shiny. Chimera gets her Uber, pops it as well. The counter push going to be coming out. Baller going to be jumping around as well, trying to take down Deadstar. Deadstar finally getting finished off. TMG going to lose so many players. Currently only Shoutout and the medic are alive. They have no choice but to back out all the way. The players for MGM, they want that kill. They're chasing him down. Sphere takes down Rusty. That is going to be the medic down for TMG. Lovely pick coming up from MGM. They successfully defend last. A Solly Bomb coming in, tries to finish off the medic, but gets Cabbage of Love instead. Gets denied midair. Another Solly bombing in. Shatler trying to get the kill onto the medic, but gets denied. So MJM are doing a huge job of taking care of Chimera, and especially that counter push, man. That Uber that defended that last point so well.
I guess TMG is just sending one player at a time, each time bombing.
Yeah, just a bad idea.
Yeah.
Tossing bodies onto the point, you know, desperately trying to grab that medic pick, but it's not paying off. They're just going to be losing their players, and now, you know, MGM, they have that very sizable Uber ad. It does look like they intend to push forward to gain some ground. We have a couple of players inside IT as well, Capital Love, as well as Sphere and the Solly, you know, Baller inside IT, just peeking around. Chimera gonna pop that Uber onto M3, gonna spam his stickies out onto the other side of the crates. So that is gonna be the Uber popped for the side of MJM. They have to back out right now though. TMG has that full charge, and there we go. The Uber is gonna be popped onto Deadstar this time around, so it's gonna be a scout Uber. And Deadstar does manage to get Sphere. Teehee is gonna get, you know, M3, but AsiaFortress is going to get picked up by MJM. Deadstar going to be pushing it extremely aggressively, trying to get any other pick at all. TMG going extremely ham, trying to get any pick, desperately pushing forward onto Spire. It does look like they successfully push MJM all the way back to last once again. Currently the score is still 1-1. Chimera eating quite a lot of damage, getting taken down to the double digits, but the resub room is going to be right behind, so that is going to be fine and dandy for the medic of MJM. TMG, man, they are extremely aggressive right now. They really want to get this final point. All the players for MJM are going to be backing up and getting ready. M3 already going to be spamming his stickies onto the final point. And TMG, they're just going to be hanging back to get that Uber ready to go. And Cabbage of Love is going to be a sniper this time around. And Ubers are going to be equal. So TMG, man, it's just a matter of who gets the... who overcommits or just mistakes.
Gets the pick.
Yep, so Cabbage tries to get the pick down onto the medic, but the shot just doesn't connect. He knows where the medic is inside Boiler. He has his crosshair right there, but just not able to get that shot to connect. And there is currently someone trying to get the back cap. Baller on Spire right now, currently alone, but he's going to back out into Suez to get that health pack. He does manage to delay that push coming in from TMG. Ubers are going to be popped and traded inside the boiler room. MGM's Moonlit going to be jumping around trying to take down players for the side of TMG. There is going to be someone trying to capture the point for their team on the final point. TMG AsiaFortress gets finished off in the end, so the only players up are going to be Sinky as well as Shatler. This is going to be an opportune moment for them to push forwards and recapture Spire. Moonlit is going to be the one already on it. Someone going to be recapturing the point for them though. On the final point, Shatler getting loads of capture time, but it gets denied. So that is a very, very close call for MJM. Good thing they still had people watching the last point.
Oh, that's pretty bad push from TMG though. Like they have one player die, they have one player that just die, and they just decided to cover down everyone, just Say I want just push from boiler. Like I don't understand. Like they already have one down and boiler is looking at them and they just push out.
Yeah, so they attempted to push like even though they had a number disadvantage.
Yeah.
And so just a little bit of questionable play. You know, probably, who knows, I mean, it might be a grand final, you know, the nerves kicking in where bad calls are made, and there we go, Uber is going to be popped for the side of MJM. The person that's going to be shiny is going to be Sphere, but the Uber is going to end eventually for the side of MJM. Lots of players are going to be really low. Baller with a lovely rollout. Spots the Demo Man, finishes him off. Demo Man just standing there waiting for an arrow to come in from Rusty. Rusty with that lovely 90% charge. What the MJM players have to do is finish him off, but that is not going to happen when they lose 4 players during that mid-fight once again. So MJM currently only with M3 and Chimera up at the moment. TMG with that full Uber charge. This is going to be an easy push to last. I'm very curious if, you know, MGM, I mean, they have defended from Uber pushes before. This could very well be the same thing again. Cabbage is going to be a sniper this time around. I want to see any medic pick coming out, man. I want to see a lovely medic pick coming out from a sniper. That is definitely going to turn the tides, but just have to wait and see. Going to maintain our perspective onto Cabbage for now. Tries to get a pick down onto the Solly, but the shot just doesn't quite connect. Hits the shutter instead. Spots the scout down inside Boiler Room, but once again the shot's not connecting. TMG popped that Uber charge. They are going to try to capture the point. Nobody's standing on the point at the moment though. They could have probably get loads of capture time onto the point, but they just weren't standing there. Shadow coming up top, taking down the Demo Man, bouncing up top again, trying to take down anybody at all, getting taken down to the double digits. MJM doing a very good job of denying that Uber charge.
Yes, yes.
Very lovely play. So, oh, the counter coming in. The Demo Man with a lovely sticky taking down Moonlit. That is going to be Teehee down. The only person up going to be the medic as well as Shoutout. The medic going to be at the you know, really low.
Just behind them. Oh my.
Oh, the medic going to be alone defending the point.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Shella comes in, yeah, Shella comes in, tries to get the capture for the team. The medic alone defending the point while everyone was, you know, pushing forward. Oh, TMG getting desperate, tossing anyone they can onto the point. MGM players are going to be slowly spawning in, but that is going to be that. The second round goes to TMG, so, wow.
Wow. Bit pitiful though for MGM. Like, deep kite the Uber at, and they just lost the point.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job of defending that final point. You know,
Yeah.
just avoiding that Uber charge. They went into spawn, they rotated around, they pushed them all the way back. But then, you know, TMG just started throwing people one by one, and MGM just started losing people one by one. It's just a huge shame.
Yeah.
So once again, mid-fight going to be underway, and there we go. We already going to have the 2 scouts standing to capture it for their team. TMG, man, does look like they are going to be gaining the upper hand. Cabbage and Ace are going to be the first ones taken down during the mid-fight. The medic going to get singled out. Rusty getting taken down to 30 health. Lives to see another day. TMG's Dead Star trying to counter, trying to go on the point to get anything done at all. Goes toe-to-toe with Moonlit, finishes him off. And that is going to be him rotating around, gets the shots down onto the Demo Man, but the Uber is going to be forced for both sides. Both medics pop that Uber to save their team. Is Dead Star finishes off M3, and that is going to be a very dangerous position for Chimera, getting tossed up in the air. The air shot misses, but that is going to be that. The medic is going to be down for MJM with Rusty still alive. That is going to be a Uber out into the hands of TMG. They have all their players up at the moment, making their way to the front lines, and MJM, and they lose 3, yet to spawn with M3 and Sphere coming in. Chimera with that very depressing 5 seconds left on the clock. So that is going to be Uber out into the hands of MJM, and that shot just taking out Ballers straight away. Very devastating shots coming up from Shattler right there. But MJM, man, they have to get that charge up as soon as possible. Rusty currently at 53. Spire going to be captured by TMG, and MJM, and their mid-fight definitely went down terribly for them.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully to get to see some off classes. Oh, they have one off classes now.
Yep, Cabbage is going to be the engineer. Going to get that 7th man up for his team. On the left side of the spawn, going to keep an eye out for the flanks at Boiler. People like to come from there, you know, when out of the sight range of the people watching right side rollout, as well as Shutter. So that is going to be something that TMG are going to have to work around. Currently the sentry is only level 2, I believe, so TMG players Uber and Shiny going to be jumping up into Secret, getting some lovely shots off, getting a couple of damage tossed out onto the players. The sentry is going to be proving nothing more than a distraction. MGM players are going to be huddled up top. They do have that Uber charge ready to go. Chimera stands on the point, all Shiny. The heavy comes on the point as well. TMG players are going to be falling back. There's nothing they can do for this final push again. And MGM, man, they hold the ground one more time. But TMG have been proving to be extremely aggressive. The scout going to be in Boiler, trying to get some damage down onto the Solly, whipping out his escape plan, trying to get anything done at all. Boiler managed to take down a couple of lovely scouts right there. And another Scout Sphere going to finish off the Stolly Shattler inside Boiler Room. That is going to be 3 players down for the side of TMG. Only people up being ASEA as well as Teehee. Well, not Teehee anymore. Finishes off, gets finished off by the Demo Man. The heavy weapons guy. And Rusty gets finished off as well. So the only person up is going to be ASEA. Is going to try to pull off a sneaky play. Trying to get the pick down onto the medic, of course. Just waiting to see where the medic is. Currently, Himera with that 80% charge at choke. ASEA just going to be watching around. Possibly get the pick. Spots the medic. Tosses out rocket. Tries to finish the medic off. Tries to rocket jump down onto the medic. Gets loads of damage. But it's just not enough. Himera at 34 health. It's going to bring her back up into the healthy range. So nice try coming up from ASEA, but just a little bit unsuccessful. So Numberad and Uberad going to go into the hands of MJM. They are going to be pushing into counter to get some damage onto the midpoint. Shadow getting shot midair by Moonlit's rocket. And TMG players, man, all of them are in the orange right now. Sinky going to be at 17. The medic going to try to bring him back up to the healthy range. Shadow going to get an arrow as well. So midpoint going to go back into the hands of MJM. Yet to pop that Uber. So that is going to be a very, very good thing to have when they decide to push into Spire. Aggressive bomb coming in from Moonlit. Tries to get damage down onto anyone at all. Doesn't quite spot the medic though. Uber gets forced. Himera going to be a little bit low, so just trying to toss out some damage, and TMG gonna have that Uber charge ready to go, so they could possibly counter this, just push out, and they do immediately as well.
This is bad.
Yep, so Sinky and Deadstar are gonna be working extremely well together. Both Shiny going straight for the medic. Sinky trying to get the finishing shots down onto the medic, but Himera manages to back out, and Spire currently still in the hands of TMG. Solly Bola gets finished off. Azers and Teehee spawning in now as we speak. M3 spawning in as well. So, ooh, the back cap coming in though. Sinky gonna be standing on the point, trying to go back all the way to recapture it for his team. Cabbage of Love gets finished off by Sticky Traps. A bit of a shame. That could have been a very, very lovely back cap coming out from Cabbage of Love. But MGM, they failed that final push, and they failed that back cap as well.
I think Cabbage still did pretty well there. Like, he actually bought some time for his team. Like, especially keeping Himera alive and the soldier alive for MGM.
Definitely. So good job coming from Cabbage, with that back cap distracting the TNG players, forcing most of them to back out. And now Himera, of course, is going to have that lovely Uber charge on hand. Ubers are going to be equal. Both teams, TMG as well, will have that Uber charge ready to contest anything coming out from MJM. MJM players just going to be hanging around IT as well as Choke, the usual waiting spots. Deadstar, of course, going to be peeking inside sewers, but we are going to have Cabbage of Love already inside there, keeping his eye out. He does spot where the Sollies are, just relaying information to his team. Ace are going to be taken down a little bit low, but arrows are going to be bringing back up into the healthy range. So just waiting for stuff to happen, and there we go. Baller jumps in, gets the force onto the medic. That is going to be the Uber popped for the side of TMG. They are going to try their best to do anything at all. Tries to push forward to gain some ground, but that is going to be the Uber ending. The Solly bombing and tries to get the pick down to the medic, but Uber gets forced for MJM. All this far, all the way behind. So this Uber is not going to be able to prove much at all. They just popped that Uber and pushed back into Choke. It's going to be another standoff, but this time, well, it doesn't matter. Rusty gets finished off by Cabbage. Lovely pick coming in from Cabbage. That's going to be 0 heals and 0 charge, but Himera gets finished off by Teehee coming in from behind as well. And MGM, what's happening? They're losing so many players. The only person up being Sphere as well as M3. The Scout's going to try to push in to get some damage on. Deadstar gets finished off and punished in the end. MGM Spheres picks up the health pack right behind it. Going to be at 2 health, getting finished off inside sewers. So MGM, I mean, what went down? They just started losing players. Why?
Again, they're not really focusing the same. They're not really focusing fire. I guess, like, you can see MGM Demo Man is way behind his players, and you can see like Wallace committing way in front, like the better sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other Scout is like somewhere along fighting somewhere else. Like, they're not playing together as a team. That's what they need, especially in the final. I guess.
Yeah,
like,
especially in the grand finals, everything is at stake right now. And here we go. Does look like TMG are going to try to peek around and try to gain some ground. Sinky going toe-to-toe against Sphere. Inside IT, getting taken out of 15 health and finally finished off before he can grab the medium health back. Shadow going to jump in around to try to see if he can get anything done at all. But the Scout Sphere is already going to be backing out to reunite with his team. Going to get buffed up by his medic, I believe. Nope, he's not going to get buffed up by his medic. He's just going to be hanging around inside IT, keeping his eye above everywhere. Fake Uber is going to be called out by Himera, but 79% going against a full charge by Rusty. But it does seem to pay off though. TMG players not too keen on pushing in at the moment though.
Yeah, they're pretty down though.
Yep, so very, very good call coming in from Himera, calling that fake Uber charge. TMG players not too keen on pushing in. Deads are going to get finished off, so that is going to be a slight number out into the hands of MJM. Cabbage gets finished off as well, so that is not a good sign. Uber is going to be traded at Choke. MGM's Uber going to last a little bit longer. Shadow going to be taken down to the double digits, 59. lovely air shot taking down, you know, deterring Bowler from pushing in. Moonlit going to be a little bit low, but get buffed up by his medic once again. Going to grab that health pack. TMG players are going to back out to their Spire. Ubers are going to be equal once again. And midpoint is going to go into the hands of MJM, but Dez are going to be coming in extremely aggressively, trying to get the beat down onto the medic. Himera gets finished off by a bombing Solly flying in out of nowhere. MJM are going to start losing players once again. MJM, what is going on? TMG are just coming in. They're stomping on MJM once again. Rusty is still down. Himera going to be spawning in as well as the same time as Rusty. But MJM, man, they're losing so many players on these mid fights, and
they're just all tunnel visioning just on one particular soldier that is behind them. Like the one ESEA made the play whereby he was in IT, and everyone just started looking at him. Like no one watches front at all. So that's when actually Daystar and everyone in TMG started pushing and got them.
yeah, so I mean, MJM, man, they're like you mentioned, they're not really watching where they should be watching, or you know, just send a couple of people to settle, you know, settle what's going on behind them, and just they still have to focus on where the enemy is, and you know, they lose their focus, and TMG just comes flying in. Himera gonna get bombed by a Solly, taken down to 50 odd health. The regen gonna slowly inch her back up. 4 minutes and 32 seconds left on the server clock. That is gonna be, ooh, Himera eating lots of spam, getting taken down to the single digit. Rusty gonna get finished off as well, so that is gonna be a huge pick for MJM. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock. The score is currently tied 1-1. TMG players are gonna be really low, with Sinky at 3 health. The rest of the players nowhere near full health.
Oh, Baller is fighting. Oh, he got another pick. So I guess MGM should push right now.
Yep, and there they go.
And the number
Pushing forward, trying to get anybody down at all. Deadstar finishes off Bowler inside the ooh, but Sinky gonna get finished off as well, so that is gonna be a number 8, of course, still in the hands of MJM. And they're gonna try to push forward to gain any ground at all. Cabbage, of course, pushing forward to get some just poking and prodding his way around, just trying to just disturb the TMG players.
I think MGM is currently doing the same mistake as earlier. Like when they have overhead, there's no point of like stacking. Everyone just stack the point.
Right,
using
yeah.
the overhead and just push forward.
Yeah, so I mean, MGM, they should have a little bit more aggression. You know, just leave the scouts to capture and then can push forward and gain ground with that Uber. Possibly take down more people. And there we go. Uber is going to be popped for them to secure this capture onto the point. Himera going to be a little bit low as well. Inside Baller trying to grab that health pack. Sphere going to be in the front lines already. Cabbage going toe-to-toe against Asa inside. Right there near IT. Sphere going to take down Asa right there, finishing him off inside Boiler Room. Himera going to be, well, safe distance away. Sphere going to be finished off. They don't have any recharge as of yet though, but they are going to go with their superior DM, trying to take down multiple players. They are going to be stacking the point, and there we go, with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining on the clock. Bring the score 2-1.
I guess the last round TMG loss was that they couldn't like kill Spear in fast enough. Yeah, because he was the only guy he was like the only guy charging to their last, you know?
Yeah.
He stayed alive for like, I don't know.
For too long.
Yeah, for too long.
Yeah.
Man, for too long.
So mid-fight is going to be on the way. Deadstar going to be taken down really well. Shala following suit shortly after. Moonlit going to be re-healed by the medic. Lovely arrows being tossed out by Himera. Shala being the first one to bite the dust. Azarus follows him hand in hand to Solly Heaven. Teehee going to go toe-to-toe against M3. M3 going to finish him off right there. And it does look like the MGM players definitely have the upper hand on this mid.
What a bomb made by Baller.
Very, very huge aggression coming in from MJM. They do still have those 4 players up. Of course, they do still have that lovely Uber charge on hand. And they're going to inch their way forward. Sinky trying to get some work done, but gets denied by the scout right there. Currently, no all classing for the side of TMG. Not too keen on contesting anything as of yet, though. There we go. Finally, Sinky decides to go sniper. Going to switch to his perspective for now. He is going to be keeping his eye out on Shoutout, making sure nobody comes in from there. As we can see from the silhouettes, no one is going to be coming in from there. Well, take that back. It looks like the scout is going to try to peek in. Sinky going to try to get the peek down onto Himera though. Doesn't quite get the shot to connect. That was very close indeed. Uber is going to be popped for the side of MJM. They're going to try to capture this point. 1 minute and 14 seconds left on the clock. TMG going to have to try to defend it with all their might, but they are going to be losing 3 players off the bat. The medic going to be standing on the point with that Uber, so tries to get the charge up, and it's going to be a full wipe for TMG. 3-1 in favor of MJM. It does look like the first map is going to go into the hands of MJM straight away.
It's a pitiful though, like to see TMG not focusing on off-classing more classes such as like heavies or engineers, you know?
Yeah, I
To
mean,
sentry.
they swapped out to heavy, but it was so late. I mean, MJM were already inside
Yeah.
final, and then only then they swapped out to heavy to try to get anything done at all, but that's a bit too late. Heavy just gets focused down and destroyed. Yeah, MJM players are going to be dropping M3 and Baller on the mid-fight. Himera going to be at 64% charge, trying to toss out arrows to re-heal Sphere. Sphere the only one up for his team alongside Himera. Himera, of course, going to be backing out all the way to the last. And that is going to be the midpoint into the hands of TMG. But 14 seconds left on the clock. First map is going to go to MJM.
Our control point is being captured.
Counting down 5 seconds. Scout is just going to run in to try to get anything done at all. But 1 second and there we go. First map, CP process goes to MJM. So, I mean, for pretty much majority of this map, it's been fairly equal. You know, both teams have been on par. You know, they took a map, they took a round, then TMG took a round, and then it was a push-pull all the way, and then just mid-fight, bam, MJM takes it and pushes all the way to last. And yeah, we are...
It's a pretty tight game.
Yeah, really tight. We are going to bring up these stats right now, and whopping damage coming out from Sphere. 9.2 thousand damage as a scout, mind you. Followed shortly after behind by Deadstar with 8.1 thousand. I mean, 2 scouts topping the damage scoreboard, you know, ahead of Solis and Demoman. Definitely, these 2 scouts are doing the job really well.
Yeah.
Then we're going to move down into the medic stats right now. Going to see a drop coming up from Rusty. A big shame right there, of course. Himera going to have 16 charges with Rusty at 13. Relatively about the same, you know, healing efficiency. Average time before healing about 6 or so seconds. Average time to build about, you know, a little under a minute. And average time before using about the same as well. 0 deaths within the 95 to 99 charge range. So yeah, I mean, fairly equal plays coming up from both teams, definitely. And we are going to be moving on to the next map, which is going to be CP Snakewater. Going to be a very exciting map as well. Do you have any predictions for Snakewater? Judging, you know, based with hindsight of what we've seen earlier on how the teams performed on process, who do you think is going to take CP Snakewater, or is it going to be a tight map and we're going to Golden Cap?
I think TMG is gonna be stronger. I think they're gonna take over the second map. I don't know why, but my instinct tells me that TMG is gonna come back stronger, and they're in a panic mode right now, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mean, there's, you know, we've been saying this all night long. There's a lot that's going to be riding on tonight's matches, and of course, you know, there's going to be even more riding on this map. You know, CP Snakewater. If TMG, you know, if they don't push forward and bring their A game for this map, that's it. That is it.
That's it.
Yeah, their journey through AFC 10 is going to come to an end, and you know, definitely they want to do the best on this map, especially to push it into a tiebreaker map, and that tiebreaker map is going to be their fighting chance for the grand final championship. So definitely, you know, we might see more aggression coming in from TMG with, you know, like you said, the panic mode. You know, they're really on the back foot right now. They need to get this map into their hands before they get pushed out of the competition of the season. And, you know, definitely this is going to be something that they have to play properly.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, I mean, of course, TMG, the players have been performing very well. Deadstar and Sinky, of course, 2 very scary scouts that have been working together very well. T-He's Pipes, of course, very scary as well. We saw him bring down Himera down to the single digit. Yeah, so
it's pretty close drop.
Very close drop indeed.
Did she have Uber yet during that point? I think she's close to...
Pretty close, yeah, pretty close. And they had, I believe they had Uber ad as well, so...
Yeah.
Definitely something that they have to look out for. Yet to see any lovely sniper picks though. I hope this is going to change during this map. You saw a couple of players swap out to sniper. We saw Sinky swap out to sniper. We saw Cabbage and Sphere swap out to sniper. But yet to see any lovely picks going down. Definitely waiting for any, you know, any medic headshot pick. Any clutch medic headshot pick that turns the tide into their favor. Definitely something that I am looking out for. Yeah, so the players are just gonna be readying up. Does look like they're all in the server already. Yeah, we can just hop in straight away once again.
I would say for TMG, like ESEA has been doing lots of plays, I guess, but the team just comes in too slow sometimes, I guess.
Not too quick to follow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know, even when Sphere was running around on their final point, they took too long to take him down. It's just he was just causing so much havoc for TMG. They couldn't take him down. Then MGM, their full force comes pushing in to back up Sphere. It just starts picking them off, TMG players off one by one, and just a big shame right there. I mean, both teams have done exceptionally well defending their last point. The first 2 rounds, you know, took really long, and it was really, you know, just waiting around choke, you know, pushing all the way to last and getting counter pushed all the way to the other side, and then they push here and push there. But you know, all in all, good plays coming from both teams. They know what they're doing. They're definitely proving to everyone that they deserve to be in the championship position, going up against each other. And I am looking forward to see what TMG can bring to the table for this map, because they really need this map badly.
Let's hope for the best.
Hoping for the best indeed. Yeah, definitely all the best to both teams, of course. Just waiting on the last 3 players to ready up, Rusty, Moonlit, as well as Sphere. And once they're ready up, we will be able to start the match proper. Currently, in terms of predictions, we will have to say that TMG are going to be a formidable force this time around, because they're going to be a little bit desperate, but that might be a bad thing too. They might get too desperate and they just pull off dumb plays, you know, just desperately trying to get points. They just toss bodies on the point. We saw that happen on CP Process, where they send people in one by one and they just get cleaned up after that. So hopefully they don't do the same thing again. Hopefully they learn from the mistakes on the first round, of course. In the interview we had earlier on with the players from TMG, they say they learned from the mistakes earlier on, so, you know, hopefully they learn from what happened in CP Process. And TMG, of course, you know, you know, people have been saying, people from other teams, of course, have been saying as well, TMG, their DM is definitely formidable. I mean, even in the stats earlier on, we saw Deadstar all the way up top as well as a scout. So definitely something that MJM has to look out for as well. MJM, of course, they do have Sphere topping the damage as well, but you know, Scout. So that is going to be something both teams have to look out for. Both Scouts have got Deadstar as well as Sphere. Very, very formidable forces for both sides. Mid-fights are going to be very interesting once the Sollies push in, getting the high ground, and the Scouts are going to follow up as well. So that is going to be another interesting place as well. Final point pushes, of course, going to be as interesting as anything that goes down. So lots of interesting pockets inside this map. Mid-fights, of course, going to be a major highlight. Last point pushes, of course, another major highlight. It does look like everyone is going to be readied up and ready to go. Going to be following T-He for his rollout this time around for the side of TMG, the Demo Man. And yeah, just waiting for the match to go live, and then we can start.
I'm just gonna take a look at Baller's POV. I'm guessing there's gonna be a play from both sides, ESEA and Baller.
Oh yeah.
Flying, doing sneakily, all those sneaky plays.
Definitely.
The kitchen.
So it's definitely the Roma's job to go flanking around to cause as much damage as possible. And T does look like he's going to reach midpoint a little bit earlier from the side of compared to MJM. MJM players, of course, going to inch their way forward already onto the point. Ubers are going to be equal as we speak. T going to be spamming out onto the upper platform. Is going to deny anyone jumping up as well. And there we go, Baller trying to get some damage done, but gets finished off. So that is going to be 2 players down. Cabbage follows shortly after, but TMG going to be taken down really low. But what is going on for MJM? They're losing so many players. The only people are being Himera as well as Fear. They are going to be backing out all the way to last straight away. Sphere whipping out the Boston Basher.
Speed didn't really go well for MGM. Baller died too early there.
Yeah, I mean, the mid-fight, man. Baller just jumping in, tries to get anything done at all, but he gets finished off and just number adds straight away. Sphere going to be going toe-to-toe against ESEA right there. Tries to toss out some some scatter shots, but it's just not enough damage when the medic just healing right there. Sinky going to be the first one to get it finished off, and both medics are going to have that uber charge ready to go. M3 going to try to spam his stickies down into the saw room, try to get as much damage down, and ooh, very, very nice indeed. So Rusty gets forced by M3 stickies, and aggressive solid bomb coming from Shallow, but gets finished off by M3. Uber is going to be popped for the side of MJM as well. They Uber it to defend all their players, and well, TMG, they are going to lose a couple of players right there. Capture of Love and Bola going to be spawning in. And TMG, that push gets denied thanks to the force by M3. So it does look like MGM intend to push forward to gain some ground to capture that midpoint, but not too much going down as of now. We are just going to be watching the scout bidding his charge up together with the medic. M3 going to be watching that point for his team, and MGM just hanging a little bit too far back, not too keen on gaining any ground at the moment though. So that push though coming up from TMG, a bit of a failed push thanks to the force.
Boxed by the stickies and the rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Did you actually see Baller coming in? You saw and getting one pick.
Did he?
Yeah, he was right behind you.
Oh, very nice plays coming up from the roamer of MGM once again. He is going to go for another play once again. Being the roamer, of course, going to be going out to explore. He does spot ASEA right there. Going to toss out some rockets to get some damage down, but it's not going to be much. Just a little poking right there. Going to back out to grab that health pack. So both medics will have the recharge ready to go. All the players from both sides are going to be buffed. We do see a lot of green numbers already. Stinky going to be spotted by Bola right there, but Bola's not going to chase. Going to be hanging back to reunite with his team, and there we go. Bola going to be going behind, trying to get the pick down onto the medic, getting some lovely damage. The Uber is going to be forced for the side of TMG. Nice try coming from Bola though, but the Uber is going to be popped for MGM. Is going to end much earlier than TMG's though. And ooh, the pipe coming in destroys Rusty right there. Shala going to try to finish off M3, does so successfully. The scout jumping in, trying to finish off Shala as well. Lovely arrow coming in from Himera, finishing him off. That is going to be a huge number add into the hands of MJM. They are going to be pushing forward to contest mid right now. The two scouts alive with the medic. That is going to be something for MJM that they have to look out for. We are going to see AsiaFortress currently inside the kitchen though. Going to be sneaky and stuff, trying to get any sneaky plays. He's going to be flanking around. Spots the scout, going to finish him off. Spots the other scout, finishes him off as well. Spots the medic, tries to get some damage done, but it's just not enough. Some lovely plays coming from ASIA. Going to retreat with 39 health. Just manages to finish off those two scouts right there, working together with Sinky. But MJM, of course, they are going to still have that very, very sizable Uber ad. They're holding a little bit too far back though. Not too sure why they don't intend to push forward despite having that very huge Uber ad, and momentarily earlier on they had a number ad as well.
Questionable. Yes, questionable.
So now they decide to push in. I guess they were just waiting for the rest of the spawners to come in. Everyone is going to be getting into positions right now. We do see stickies onto the saw though. Quite a sneaky sticky trap from Teehee. Tries to get any picks at all, but it does get spotted by M3 as well as the Solly. So stickies are currently still in place right there. Yet to be detonated by Teehee, but there we go. Uber is going to be popped by MJM. They are going to push in right now. This is going to get the Uber into the hands of TMG. What they're trying to do is get any... try to get the medic down, but the medic is going to be very, very far behind safely, and that point is going to go into the hands of MGM, no questions asked, and they are going to try to push forward. They are going to be only two players up at the moment though, Teehee as well as the medic, with Sinky just spawning in right now. They are currently still inside respawn. Rusty the only one up, and that is going to be that. Nobody was outside at all. The only person out was Rusty, Teehee, and they didn't have any off-classing at all.
Yeah. They could have the time to off class actually, because they were just all feeding.
Yeah, pretty much they were all dead.
Yeah, they're all dead. They have these number reset and they have Uber reset. They shouldn't be like dying to. They know they shouldn't be dying like.
Yeah.
Let them have the pop Uber.
Yeah, they tried to defend that second point, but they just started getting picked off, and that probably nailed the coffin for them. So currently the score is going to be 1-1 for this map. CP Snakewater currently still in the favor of MJM. TMG, man, they have to step it up. They are going to be taking down quite a number of players for the side of MJM, though they do lose Cabbage, Moonlit, as well as Baller. And that is going to be a number out into the hands of TMG. Both medics, of course, still up and well. We're still holding on to that Uber charge.
Trap though.
There we go.
God. Rusty just standing on sticky traps.
Ooh, Rusty gonna be standing on dangerous places right now.
What's going on?
So M3 yet to det his sticky trap, but there we go. Uber is gonna be popped for both sides. MJM, Himera gonna get finished off, and TMG's Uber is gonna be still strong and pushing in. We do have a person backcapping though. Sphere gonna be on the midpoint right now. TMG, they are gonna try to desperately capture the point while sending people back to defend the midpoint, but midpoint is still being captured by the players of MJM. Midpoint still so much capture time, and there we go. Sphere and Ball are gonna rush all the way to the next point. Ball are gonna be hanging inside the Soul Room, trying to deny anybody from pushing in. Sphere gets taken down in the end, so that is going to be the back cap effectively gone. Midpoint is going to go back into the hands of TMG, so very close call by TMG right there. They do manage to send enough people all the way back, but MGM, they do successfully delay any pushes coming in from TMG. But pretty much that delay just prolonging the inevitable. TMG going to be pushing forward. They do capture that point already. They do have a 40-odd% Uber ad, and it does look like they want to push in the moment they reach that 100 mark. And there we go. Uber is going to be full. We do see Solly's currently no off-classing for MJM though. Aggressive Solly bomb coming from Shallow. Uber and Shiny going to push any players back. They are going to be stacking on the point already. A Heavy going to be coming in. Cabbage of Low going to try to take down anyone at all. Acer is getting loads of capture time up onto the point. There we go. TMG, man, pushing forward to capture the last point.
Well played by the moment, I guess. Teehee, he's doing so much damage on point. But he just, guys, I'm gonna stick to the point. All of you just get onto the point. There you go.
Very good job for TMG indeed, pushing all the way to, you know, just denying that back cap and just pushing all the way from mid to last, like almost immediately. So I mean, MJM, they didn't really have much time to respond to that, and then, you know, they tried to get a Heavy back onto the point, but just too much capture time was on, and just got focused down one by one. And here we go, mid-fight is going to be underway once again. MJM going to be losing Moonlit with capture low getting extremely low. Himera going to get finished off by Acer, so lovely bomb coming in from the Solly of TMG. The MJM players are going to be falling one by one. The only players up being M3 as well as Baller. And Baller going to be finished off mid-air with a lovely scatter shot, and there we go. Lots of stickies being tossed about. M3 with his sticky trap still up at the moment, but sticky snipes coming in from Teehee, denying him from standing there. And midpoint is going to go into the hands of TMG. Next point is going into the hands of TMG as well. They do have that full Uber ad. They are going to be really aggressive. They are going to push in all the way already. They're yet to capture that next point though. The only person on the point being Sinky as well as Deadside. Well, only Sinky alone right now. And TMG players are going to be getting into position. Currently, Cabbage is going to be a engineer, but the 7th man going to prove nothing more than a distraction. And Sentry is going to be finished off and taken down. Moonlit going to try to deny anyone from pushing in. Tries to bomb onto the medic, gets him a little bit low, but he's going to get finished off in the end. The only players up being Himera, Cabbage, as well as M3. M3 going to try to defend the point. Sphere going to be trying to jump around. Cabbage of Love going to be the heavy weapons guy standing on the point for his team. The only person up being Sinky at the front line, trying to take down anyone at all, getting taken out really low and getting finished off. So that final push by TMG absolutely denied by MJM, despite that huge Uber ad.
Yeah, I guess TMG lost the demo pretty early because he got spam out before getting Uber. And he was really low and he still commits. Like everyone just coming down on the same one side together.
So big shame from TMG. They had such a huge advantage, but it just got absolutely denied by MJM. So very lovely defense coming from MJM, and there we go. Uber going to be popped for the mid-fight, going to try to flash anybody at all. Himera currently alone on the point though. Reunites with the rest of the team, jumping down a little bit out of range right there. There's going to be a back cap going down by Sinky, trying to capture it for his team. They're not going to be able to recapture the midpoint. They are going to be losing quite a number of payloads. Sinky going to be rushing all the way to last right now. He is going to be uncontested rushing to last. There is absolutely nobody to stop him right now. Sinky going to get that back cap.
Well played, well played.
Wow.
Good play by the TMG scout there.
Huge play for TMG. I mean, the score right now is going to be 2-1 into the favor of TMG. They absolutely need to maintain this lead of, you know, to maintain the score if they wish to stay in the season. MGM not too keen on letting that happen. They are going to be reaching midpoint right now, going to be spamming out as much damage, but Baller goes down once again. Another solid bomb coming in from Acer, tries to take down Himera. But loads of MJM players are going to be dropping. What is going on for MJM? They're just crumbling against the aggression from TMG.
MJM really did like double bombing soldier. Like I guess the scouts just deny, everyone just deny the soldiers and stuff. Like the demo man and the scouts that's taking the hills right behind the two soldier bombs. I guess they can't really commit to the fights. Like they're being pressured by the other side.
Ooh, Rusty eats lots of damage though. He's gonna be taken down to 59, 38 health. Gonna be backing out and grabbing that health back, so Rusty lives to see another day. Lovely sticky traps and damage coming up from the side of MJM. Both medics, of course, will have that Uber charge up and ready to go, but Sinky is gonna be a sniper. Gonna maintain perspective on Sinky for this moment, trying to see if he can get any pick at all. Well, as of right now, he's just staring at the windows, so... Yep, he decides to change position, so... Just waiting for Sinky to get any pick at all. He does spot the scout jumping around, but he's not going to be able to get any pick at all. Just trying to peek around the corner. MJM player is going to be hanging far back at the safe distance. Himera going to be hanging around the right side together with the rest of the team. A lot of MJM players are going to be clumping up near the saw room though, while as TMG players are going to be around the other side. And here we go. They are going to try to trade. Lovely air shot coming in from Shala, denying Moonlit that jump though. Moonlit going to be taken out really low. Cabbage Love going to be the first one to get finished off. Shala going to be all the way behind the entire team though. Ubers are going to be traded on that point. MJM are going to be losing 2 players, with TMG losing 2 as well. Sinky as well as Deadstar getting taken down. Himera going to be at 21 health, trying to toss out arrows to keep her teammates alive. Shatler going to be around the corner though. Himera in a little bit of a predicament. Going to get singled out by Shatler right there. Shatler going to be at 18 health, grabbing the health pack down below. Trying to see if he can get any plays done, but he gets finished off by Sphere. So good try coming up from Shatler. Almost getting the pick down on Himera though. So there we go, MJM. It does look like they intend to push forward to the midpoint right now. 17 minutes and 5 seconds counting down for the server time. And midpoint, man, there we go. Another contest coming in from AsiaFortress, but he's just going to bite the dust. Midpoint still in the hands. Whoa, but a back cut coming in from Sinky once again, trying to pull the same trick on MJM. Trying to capture for his team. He does so successfully. That is going to delay the push coming from MJM. Sinky, man, with those back plays. What is going on? Deadstar trying to get any delay, but it's just going to be denied. The point is going to be recaptured by MJM players. Himera going to be together with the Solly backing out to last once again. They don't have any numbers at all, and TMG, man, they are going to recapture this point and possibly push to last. Yet to see any off-classing as of now.
Oh, was there?
And ooh, that's right, they do get forced. That is very, very bad. TMG, they do pop their Uber as well, so they're going to be pushing in, but they popped it really early though. Himera going to get finished off. It does look like they are going to be able to stand on the point unhindered. Solly's going to try to bomb in, trying to get anything done at all, trying to defend that point for the team. So, Sphere standing desperately trying to get his point saved. And there we go, another point into the hands of TMG. So
all the scout just back up, and then
yeah,
by having this Uber reset, the Roma just jump in, force Himera early and died, and the TMG just have a better Uber.
Yeah. So huge plays coming up from TMG right now. They really want to claw their way back into the season, and they're doing so relatively successfully. But 15 minutes and 30, a little under 30 seconds left on the server time. Lots can happen in that timing. MJM going to be trying to get any damage done onto all the TMG players. Lovely air pipe coming in and air stickies coming in, damaging Shatler. But MJM, once again, they're losing players during these mid fights. They're just not performing like how we saw them perform on Process. Aggressive bomb coming in from Asa though, trying to get Himera down to 2 health. The Uber is going to get forced to defend Himera's life. Himera has no choice but to back out with low health and no Uber. And MJM, man, they are going to be on the back foot once again. TMG with that full Uber charge ready to go. MJM, they have to get that medic pick all force, and they do get the force right as we speak about it. A lovely air shot finishes off Bowler, but that is going to be the Uber gone for TMG. They have yet to catch at this point, and the Uber is gone, so Uber add into the hands of MJM once again. Lovely force by Bowler.
Oh, what a trap.
Ooh, that is going to be Rusty down indeed. So that is 0 heals. Teehee going to get finished off shortly after. But M3 follows Teehee to Demo Man Heaven. And the only players up are going to be Sinky as well as Deadstar. Sinky the only person up, trying to get that fabled back cap once again. Yeah, but MGM players, they're a little bit wiser this time around. They only send a couple of players out, tries to get some capture time. Yeah, but it just gets denied. Yep, good try from Sinky once again with those sneaky plays. But MJM and ready for the shenanigans. So they are going to be able to successfully recapture the next point. They do have that full uber charge ready to go. TMG players, of course, with a very slight number disad, but Sinky is going to be spawning in right now. Deadstar going to whip out the Boston Bastard to get the charge up as soon as possible. And there we go. MJM players are going to be pushing in onto the point already. TMG, of course, they want to back out to maintain that uber. You know, once if MJM pops the uber charge, they will have a sizable uber, and it doesn't matter. Sinky gets the pick on Himera. And that is going to be the uber gone for MJM. The counter push is going to be coming in from TMG right now. They are going to be losing a couple of players though. Shala going to be tossing out some lovely damage, but he's going to be finished off mid-air. But TMG, they just couldn't capitalize on this. They're losing so many players. The only person up being Deadstar. Well, not anymore. The entirety of TMG goes to TMG heaven hand in hand. And MJM, they are going to be able to recapture their midpoint despite losing their medic.
Looks like TMG flanks just overrun MGM flanks so much, right? Like they just have so many leaks right behind there and just flank.
Yeah, I mean, TMG just popping out of nowhere, picking off the MGM players one by one. That back kept even winning the round for them, and just continuing on plowing on the scores for the scoreboard for the side of TMG. But there we go, they are going to try to push into the next point. Ubers are going to be relatively equal with, well, relatively equal. And TMG, man, they are going to be backing out to the last point. As of now, no off-classing for both sides. MGM, of course, still standing strong with that uber charge ready to go anytime soon. TMG players with a heavy off-class. Deadstar going to be a heavy onto the point for their team. Going to be watching the point right now. Shatler going to be building the charge up together with his medic. Sinky going to be a sniper for the side of TMG, so I'm very curious once again. I'm waiting for that fabled sniper pick. Of course, Sinky did get that lovely pick as a scout down onto Himera earlier on, but I want to see some headshots going down. TMG just going to be hanging back. Two scouts are going to off-class to engineer as well as a sniper. MJM not too keen on pushing in. They know that TMG do have that uber charge on hand. They know that they are going to be playing Highlander style with off-classing all the way. And yeah, there we go, TMG. This is going to give them some ground to work around with. Sinky going to inch his way forward as a sniper, trying to get any picks at all onto anyone. But MJM players are going to be hanging around safely at a safe distance away from the scary sniper scope of Sinky.
Side baller is trying to make a play, but seems like the sentry is denying baller from jumping in and making a play.
Yep, so good placement coming up from Cabbage, of course. Going to get that 7th man up for his team. Currently at level 3, so that is going to be something that MJM have to worry about. Both teams, of course, not too keen on pushing in, and that is going to be a number at, well, not anymore. It's going to be a Solly down for the side of MJM as well as Sinky down. But Sinky, of course, is going to be a scout, well, was a scout who off-classed the sniper, and Baller is, of course, the Roamer Solly. So that is going to be, in terms of damage, a little bit lower for the side of MJM. But TMG going to be running that sniper once again. They really want to get that medic pick before they decide to do anything at all. So, of course, when there is a sniper, you know, it's really all down to them to do anything at all. For, you know, once they get the pick, that is straight away the green light for them to push forward. But Baller is going to be a spy right now. He's going to be cloaked, going to be looking for that medic. He does spot the sentry, he spots the engineer, he spots the medic. The decloak is going to go down. Let's see what he can do. He is going to redisguise as a demo man, going to inch his way forward. Tries to get the backstab down onto the Solly, but whiffs it. That is going to be the spy down. Bit of a shame. The Solly turned around the moment he tried to get the backstab. So huge shame by Baller. That would have been a lovely pick. But I mean, of course, the optimal pick would have been the medic. And a lovely headshot coming in, taking Mullet down to 50 health. But not going to be doing much right there. So Baller,
just parked the bus.
Yeah, they're just waiting, man. 9 minutes and 50 seconds counting down for the server time. And MGM, man, they're on the back foot. They're just waiting for something to happen. Sinky still a sniper, trying to get any picks down. He does spot. Oh, there we go. Baller, the counter snipe goes down. Baller gonna inch his way forward to try and get any picks down. Let's see if he can get that medic pick. He is gonna know. He knows where the you know, where everything is. He spots the medic, tries to get the headshot, but it doesn't connect. A huge shame for Baller. The medic was standing still, and he couldn't land that headshot. So huge shame. The medic lives to see another day. Rusty, oblivious to what could have possibly went down. But oh my gosh, Baller, please! Oh. The moment I was waiting for, and I get denied. Oh, he gets the headshot down as the Deadstar though. He spots the Solly, tries to get some shots down, but it's just not connecting as well. The Demo Man There we go. TMG players are going to try to push in. They know where the MJM players are. Both Ubers are going to be popped and traded. The sentry going to be a huge distraction, somehow denying MJM from pushing in. M3 going to be backing out. He does know where the sentry is. And the scout going to be standing on the point for his team. Sphere going to get finished off. The heavy weapons guy trying to get some damage down. M3 going to get finished off as well. Cabbage of Love going to be standing on the point trying to go toe-to-toe against the entirety of TMG. TMG are going to be losing so many players. The only person up being Baller is going to be a medic against a medic situation. The Ubisols are whipped out. But Himera is going to be singled out by the Soli that just spawned. And that is going to be that. MGM failed that final push despite it being so close. The two medics, man.
That's very unfortunate for MJM.
So unfortunate, man. Oh my god, Baller, please. Baller, come on. That would have been massive if you get that pick, but Shala is going to be standing on the next point already for his team. The scout going to try to inch his way forward. It does look like most of the MJM players are going to be able to get that forward spawn, apart from Sphere. And they're just going to reunite on the midpoint. 7 minutes and 55 seconds counting down for the server time. Scores right now currently still in favor of TMG. So Uber ad, of course, relatively sizable into the hands of Rusty. 97 against Himera's 52. So just a matter of, you know, both teams just hanging a little bit far back. Not too keen on pushing forward. I don't know why TMG is not pushing forward despite having that very, very lovely Uber ad. Well, there we go. Shadow tries to bomb it to get anything done at all. This side going to be shiny, pushing forward into the entirety of MJM. Whips out his pistol, try to get some damage done. Moonlit does get finished off though. Tries to do anything at all, but it's just not enough. That Uber absolutely gone for the side of TMG, and there we go. Uber counter push coming in from MJM. Baller gonna be really low, but the Uber flash gonna save his life. Solly gonna get finished off right there, and MJM, despite popping the Uber, they are gonna be backing out onto the next point once again instead of contesting mid. Sphere is gonna be hanging around inside the kitchen. He knows where the medic is, tries to get any pick down. Sinky gonna get finished off after taking down Himera though. That is gonna be 0 heals for the side of MJM. Sphere gonna be extremely aggressively trying to go for anyone at all. Rusty gonna be really low and finally finished off by a lovely bomb coming from Baller once again. Both medics are gonna be taken down. Midpoint is gonna go back into the hands of MJM. Ooh, M3 getting taken down to 1 health. AsiaFortress gonna go toe to toe against the other Solly MGE style on Snakewater mid. Lots of damage being tossed about, and he gets finished off eventually. So it was technically a full wipe for the side of TMG. MJM are going to be able to recapture this point, but the medic has yet to reach the front lines, and they are just going to be taking quite a lot of damage and 0 heals as of now. And finally, Himera gets linked up with Cabbage of Love to bring her back to the front lines, and I don't think they will be too keen on pushing forward. There is going to be a slight, very, very slight and tiny ad into the hands of TMG though, but nothing that a little bit of Boston Basher could turn the tide. So they're just standing far back and just spamming at each other, but of course 5 minutes and 55 seconds counting down. Current score is still 3-1 in favor of TMG. MJM, and they're not only going up against TMG right now, but they're just going up against the clock. So MJM, they have to do something, and they have to do it now. Uber going to be up and ready shortly for TMG. MJM as well, currently at 95, so that is going to be the Uber's equal. TMG, of course, not too keen on pushing out. They do know that MJM will have the Uber ready to go to counter anything at all. So TMG, man, just hanging a little bit far back onto the point. All they have to do is just whittle down the clock. 5 minutes and 15 seconds counting down. All they have to do is just hold on their 2-point advantage. Baller being tossed about into the air, gets finished off with a lovely air pipe coming in from T-He. And Sphere gets spotted, gets tossed a couple of scatter shots into his direction, but that is going to be about it. Just reunites with his medic to get healed up once again. So TMG holding strong on that point. They're just waiting for the clock to tick down. 4 minutes and 52 seconds counting down. MJM not too keen on making any moves yet though. Baller is going to be a sniper this time around. Currently no offcasting for the side of TMG. Yet to have any action in terms of the front line. Baller just slowly walking his way forward. Both teams yet to pop their Uber medics, keeping that finger off the trigger. Baller going to be inching around. Tries to spot where the medic is though. He knows where the medic is, tries to get a shot down, but he's going to be spotted. They do know he has a sniper right now, so TMG, of course, are going to be playing really, really carefully. And Sinky trying to go toe-to-toe against the entirety of MJM, backs out. A very wise decision right there. Baller, of course, still a sniper, trying to get any pick onto the other team. Tries to get a headshot down into the scout. Sinky will be the first one to get finished off by Sphere and Cabbage of Love working together. Aggressive solely bomb by Asa once again getting finished off by the SMG of Bowler. And Bowler at 24 health, waiting for that health pack. MJM going to be pushing forward really aggressively. The Uber is going to be popped right now. Moonlit going to be shining. Uber going to be popped for TMG as well. Moonlit going to finish off T right there. And apparently someone got a ring as well. So that is going to be blocking the scoreboard as of now. But there we go. MJM going to recapture this point. 3 minutes and 35 seconds counting down. Both teams do not have any Uber. Bowler still a sniper trying to get any pick at all. Himera, of course, not too keen on pushing in. Trying to re-heal everyone up. But, I mean, MJM, Moonlit, ooh, what's going on? A tactical pause. And a tactical unpause. And another pause, what is going on? Right, so someone timed, oh, Cabbage timed out, I believe, yeah, so.
Yeah. But Moonlit does get a pick off.
Oh yeah, he does get rusty. So that is going to be huge for the side of MJM. They do have a 12 second, well, counting down. They do have a 10-second window where they can push in with, TMG with 0 heals. Currently, they only have Sinky as a sniper with Asa getting finished off. There is going to be a number at Sinky going to try to get the medic pick, but it's just not enough. Bowler going to try to get any pick at all, trying to get that sentry down, but the engineer going to re-heal it up, no problem. So sizable Uberat into the hands of Himera, 80% going against Rusty's 10%. And as of now, they're just not too keen on pushing in. 2 minutes and 50 seconds counting down though. Just there they go. They do have the Uber on hand. It does look like they want to push in to counter to push this. There we go. Uber gets popped onto M3. M3 going to be pushing forward, spamming his stickies. You know where the sentry is. Going to toss it out. Toss some stickies down onto the point as well. Point currently holding stickies by T here. Himera trying to heal all her teammates, keep them up and healthy. TMG going to be losing quite a number of players though. Deathstar going to be up, trying to go toe-to-toe against everyone from MJM. Does so with lovely shots, taking out so many people. Deathstar, what is going on for MJM? They had such a huge number at, huge Uber at as well, but they're getting finished off one by one. M3, the only one up. What went down?
Yeah, focus firing is pretty bad, I would say, for MJM side.
So it's just the same mistakes coming up from MJM.
It's always the same mistake over and over again. Like you can see one guy is fighting another, like, you know, like the timing of the demo man dying too early and stuff is not. The demo man of the pushers should be staying alive and dealing as much as damage as possible. But once he goes down too early, just the end of the push, most likely.
Yeah, so I mean, mistakes coming up from MJM on the second map. No idea what's going on. They just, I mean, that final push was almost perfect, but they started losing players one by one, and just TMG turned the ties all around. Now they're trying to recapture the midpoint, and MJM, they're still losing players. They lost Himera, they lost M3, they lost Sphere as well. They're losing Cabbage right now. Bowler goes down as well. It's a full wipe for MJM. I mean, mid-fight for MJM right there was a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, I guess TMG has a stronger DM fights in it. Like most of the mids, I think so far MGM only won like one mid, right? Or no, can't remember. But like most of the mid fights, TMG won.
Yeah.
Fights, you know?
So I mean, MGM, the mid fights most of the time has gone into favor of TMG. I mean, they did start out strong. They did get that first capture, but after Sinky get that back cap. You know, well, I mean, it's like the wine and cheese moment again. You know, where Voodoo Magic gets the back cap, turns the tide, everything gets turned around. Yeah, and just wine and cheese turns it all around, and they just win the map once again. So I mean, Sinky man, learning from Verdi, I guess. And there we go, there they are, MJM defending their final point. Himera gonna be really low with a couple of spam coming in from... Oh, she gets finished off in the end. They are gonna try to defend the point. The only players up being M3, Moonlit, and Cabbage of Love. Lovely air pipe coming in from M3 defending it. But it doesn't matter, the timer ticks down. This map goes into the hands of TMG 3-1. And we will be looking at a tiebreaker map. Alright, so there we go. We are going to bring up the stats once again. Top damager this time around is going to be Shallow with a whopping 7.5 thousand damage. Sphere going to be following a little bit, not too far behind at 7.3 thousand, with Baller at 7.2. So once again, Sphere up top, you know, as the top damager amongst all the damage dealing classes. So definitely a very scary scout indeed.
Yes.
Moving down to the medic stats, we do see Chimera did run Crit Creek one time. A bit of a shame we didn't quite catch that going down. Medigun charges, of course, 12 Uber charges. Rusty having 13 in total. So 0 drops for Rusty, but one very sad drop coming out from Chimera in terms of healing efficiency. Average time before healing, Rusty with 3.3 seconds and Chimera at 8.2. Time to build roughly about the same, and heal order pretty much similar, but did start getting quite a lot of heals as the scout right there. So that is going to be CP Snakewater. We are going to be moving down into the tiebreaker map, which is CP Badlands. So for CP Badlands right now, with what we have seen for the past two maps, Process as well as Snakewater, I mean, MJM, they have been, I mean, the same mistakes for those two maps. The same mistakes for those two maps. And if they don't, you know, if they don't correct this mistake on CP Badlands, this could be really, really bad for them.
Yeah, the flanks though, like especially the flanks, like everyone just push out the same direction and no one's push out from the flanks, and then somehow they just sneak behind and get, and what, MGM get back cap.
Yeah.
And they just sneak out and just flank Chimera. You know, like such plays, like everyone should just push out from one direction, especially like if it's a wipe, it's fine. Everyone just push out in the one direction. But if it's not wipe, I guess everyone should just at least send 1 or 2 players like off the flank and the rest like farm a choke, you know. So just to double check any hiding spot, like any sneaky spot, like especially what TMG Scout and Soldier did earlier on.
Yeah, hiding in the kitchen and just coming around and cleaning people up.
Yeah, then again, no one's watching the front line, and TMG push up again. The same concept every time.
So I mean, that's going to play a huge factor for this map as well. I mean, everything is going to be riding on this tiebreaker map. You know, previous map TMG, you know, they were the ones that had extra worry that, you know, to stay in the competition, they had to win Snakewater. But now we're on Badlands. Each team took a map each, and you know, it's going to be a winner of this map takes the championship, the title, straight away. So they definitely, both teams, I mean MGM, they have to correct that mistake. They cannot, you know, they have to look out for those flanks, and I mean, don't have the entire team try to take down one person, and then TMG just comes in and just cleans the house. So that is the major thing that MGM has to work about right now. As for TMG, I mean, they have had decent pushes, they have had you know, decent stuff, but there are definitely still areas for them to improve on, as we've been seeing, you know, Baller with those aggressive bombs taking down Rusty countless times as well, and it's just so, you know, they need that anti-air denial, especially coming out from Baller. That is very scary solely to go up against, you know, just flying around on top and just bombing straight down onto the entirety of your team. I mean, even if he goes down, if he takes down the medic, that is a successful bomb. So definitely something that TMG have to look out for is Baller, and of course MGM, they still have to work on that huge mistake that has been going down ever since the first map CP Process. So in terms of CP Badlands, with hindsight of how you know, both teams have performed so far, and of course with this map being played countless times between all the teams throughout this season, in terms of predictions for this match, is it going to be a close match? Is it going to be a straight roll? Or are we going to see backcap shenanigans once again? What do you think is going to go down for CP Badlands?
Definitely backcap, yes. Probably pretty high chance again like Snakewater, because this map there's many flanking options. Especially going the drop down, flanking the resub, the valley. There are so many hidden spots right in this map. And one thing I would like to look forward to is that hoping MGM to cover up all flanks again. And again, TMG, I think so far they're doing well for the last map. And they're doing very, very strong, especially in mid fights. Like with the soldier DMs, like basically the DMs is in mid fights are stronger than MGM in Snakewater.
Yep. So I mean, yeah, definitely. We've been seeing TMG dominating most of the mid fights on CP Snakewater. CP Process, it was fairly equal.
Yeah.
But I mean, Snakewater mid fights, it's a huge map on the mid. I mean, Process is Process is a huge map as well. But you know, there's slightly more maneuverability for Snakewater. But I mean, even on Badlands, this is a huge midpoint. Lots of areas for people to fly around. And definitely, you know, MJM, they have to watch those flanks. I mean, who knows? ESEA might just come up from behind, come out from their shit house and just pick off the medic once again. And, you know, once he gets that pick, everyone turns around, focuses on ESEA, and then TMG just comes in to clean the house once again. So it's just MJM, they have to watch their flanks. They have to maintain the focus on where the enemy team is. And not make the same mistakes. It's just the same mistakes since the first map that's causing them to lose fights and lose all their players and just allow TMG to push effortlessly all the way.
I'll be looking forward for ESEA and Baller to make
those jumping plays, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, so once again, for those of you who are only just joining us, welcome to the AFC, the AsiaFortress Cup Season 10 Division 3 bracket. Tonight we have MJM heading up against TMG. That is the Majiami heading up against the Mighty Gibuses, where we will be watching them go down on this tiebreaker map, which is CP Badlands. The winner of this map, of course, will take it all and be crowned the champion of the Div 3 bracket. The loser will be pushed into second place, but that is not something to laugh about. It took them a lot of effort to push forward all the way. So that is what is, you know, that is going to be the stakes riding on tonight's this map right here. We have been seeing some really close matches coming in earlier on between these two teams on Process as well as Snakewater. Of course, Snakewater, after that backcap coming out from Sinky, the tides just turned into the favor of TMG. Just morale boost, Voodoo Magic once again pushing all the way straight through. Process, of course, went into the hands of MJM. Lovely pushes coming out from them as well. So I'm really looking forward to see what both teams will bring for CP Badlands. Once again, there's a lot riding on this map. We've been seeing some lovely sniper picks on the last point. We've been seeing lovely pushes coming in on the last point as well. Random crit screens getting popped. Lovely pogos onto the final point, getting capture time, and then the scouts come in to finish the job. Just lots of lovely plays on CP Badlands. Of course, this map is notorious for those extremely fast last point captures. The capture time, of course, going up extremely quickly. So does look like both teams will be readied up and geared to go. I'm going to be following M3 for his rollout this time around onto mid. So just waiting for the teams to ready up once the matches go live on the next restart. And this will be the final map for tonight, the tiebreaker, CP Badlands. There we go, we are going to be live right now. MJM's M3 with a fairly standard rollout. Once again, bumps his head up right there during his rollout, but it's all going to be fine. Going to be going down through the low valley, bumps his head on the bridge as well once again. So Teehee going to be reaching, you know, getting the upper ground, tossing out his stickies from inside the house. And lots of spam going to be tossed about already. Bolo going to be taking down to 90 health, 50 health right now, 33. Going to have no choice but to back up. The players for the side of TMG going to be low as well. Desta going to be pushing all the way forward extremely aggressively. Lovely arrow bringing Capital Love back up into the healthy range. But MJM, it does look like they are going to be giving up on this midpoint.
Yeah, they have no ground, they have no position, and not enough spam coming from blue side.
Yeah, so MJM just losing that midpoint, but they are going to be in position and ready to go. Both teams will have the Ruby charge up and ready. Right now, Himera has that full charge Rusty as well, just getting into positions to keep everyone buffed up and ready for any potential push that might come in. Lots of spam being tossed in from the choke by Teehee. We do see a shallow up top on the traffic light, just spamming down some rockets, but just going to prove nothing more than a distraction. So MJM players, of course, just going to be hanging around. Currently, right now, I don't think there's anyone watching the Valley. There is nobody watching the... Oh, yeah, alright. Big Head is going to be the one watching the Valley for their team. Does look like Moonlit is not going to be on the team right now. It's going to be replaced by... Yeah, going to be... Big Head going to take his role as the Solly for now. Of course, Big Head is still on the roster, so it's all fine and dandy. He's going to be the Solly for the side of MJM. Going to be watching the Valley side, making sure nobody comes and pushes in from house. You see Sinky just tossing out some cheeky shots right there from the balcony, but it's just going to prove nothing more than a little bit of a distraction. So MJM just going to be hanging around. Just, ooh, but AsiaFortress gets taken down though. That is going to be a number out into the hands of MJM. Not too keen on pushing in as of now though. They are going to be clumping up at the choke, so that is not a happy place to be. Uber is going to be popped by MJM. Counter jump onto the medic, and the medic pops their Uber as well. So it's going to be a slightly better Uber for the TMG. The medic gets jumped and destroyed. That is going to be Chimera down. Rusty's still going to be up and healthy at 150 health. That is 0 heals and 0 charge for the side of MJM. Baller going to try his best to bomb anyone at all. Does so successfully, taking out Rusty in the end. Lovely bombs coming from Baller as well as the Solis for the side of TMG. AsiaFortress tries to rocket jump onto the Badlands, was dropped down instead. Spire going to go into the hands of TMG though. Currently no off-classing for the side of MJM. Chimera going to have a very, very slight Uber with Rusty's just spawning in right now. So TMG players not too keen on pushing in without any heals and no charge. Chimera going to have that charge up together, building it with the Scout. Capture of Love, of course. Going to whip out that lovely sword to get that charge up. So TMG players just going to be hanging back on Concrete as well as Spire. They could possibly push up into upper lobby, which they are going to be doing right now, slowly pushing their way forward. So MJ players just going to be hanging back. We do have a sniper going to be watching the upper lobby sphere. Tries to get a shot down onto the Scout, but it just doesn't quite connect. So there we go. Uber, fake Uber gets called out by Chimera. TMG players, of course, not too keen on pushing in as of now. AsiaFortress going to be down below. Going to see if he can get any sneaky peeks. Tosses out some really lovely shots down onto Big Head. Big Head going to be really low and finished off. That is going to be a huge pick down. Solid down for the side of MJM. They do have a number ad. Both teams will have their Uber charge ready to go. Uber gets popped by TMG. They push in, try to get a pick down onto Chimera, but Chimera pops her Uber as well. Control point trying to get captured by Deadstar. Deadstar going to be standing it, trying to get any capture time up for his team though. Getting tossed about by rockets. Sphere going to get finished off. T-He getting finished off as well. Deadstar tries to get a pick down onto the medic. Does so successfully. 0 charge, 0 heals for MJM. Deadstar still going strong. He wants more. Rusty tries to get to the point for his team, but he gets finished off in the end. The only person not being Cabbage of Love going toe-to-toe against the Scout. Finishes him off. Wow. Huge fight going down on the last point. MJM with that successful defense. So I mean, that final push from TMG, they were really aggressive. They almost had it, but I mean, what happened? Why did MJM? Why were they able to just clutch? You know, just clutch defend it?
I would say TMG actually did pretty well. Like they even conquer after the Uber. Like after they shielded Uber on the left side, on the right side of the last, they actually conquered the right side there. But one thing that is they just somehow just dropped down. They just lost the great height position that they had, and they just focus firing. They are not focus firing, and again they're just fight. You can see the entire blast. Like it's so messy, the fight. It's super messy, and they just couldn't focus fire on one another, like helping each other. Like you can see one scout fight DMing with one soldier, and you know, like such thing shouldn't happen. Like if you're not, like you should be at least like taking a 2v1 fight. So
that's true, yeah.
Right?
Yep. So nevertheless, good play from Cabbage Love defending the final point with a slither of health, taking down the enemy scouts. So good plays coming from both teams. Nice try pushing in and nice defense, of course. As of now, we don't have any off-classing for either side. We do have a loose cannon into the hands of M3 though. It's gonna see pray for some double donks coming in. TMG, of course, have their full Uber charge ready to go. Just hanging up inside the upper lobby. Both teams Uber up and just awaiting for any team to do anything at the moment. Big Head gonna be watching the left side flank. Cabbage gonna be rotating around, and Sinky and ESEA are gonna be watching the right side flank as well. So we will have Cabbage as a sniper this time around. What he wants to do, of course, is get that lovely medic pick. But as of right now, we don't have anybody up top inside the upper lobby. Cabbage just peeking around, trying to get any pick at all. We do see the medic hanging around at the battlements together with Deadstar. Deadstar just smacking away at the wall, doing God knows what. And yeah, so Cabbage is going to rotate down below into the lower lobby. Yet to see any action coming out from both teams as of now, though. Just waiting for stuff to happen for both sides. Just waiting for any mistakes from either team. Ooh, lots of damage being tossed about right now. Inside the upper lobby. Baller just tosses out a couple of damage, but that's going to be that. Cabbage is going to be the first one to be finished off. They're Uber to push in together with Deadstar. Deadstar going to be on the point right now, running around, trying to capture it for his team, though. They do try to drop down and defend it right now. Deadstar going to be alone, standing on the point. Nobody's looking at it, and the medic comes in. What? MJM!
Well played. Well played by TMG, though. They just conquer the... And now again, they're conquering the right side. And they just got into a better position and just spam them out.
Oh, I mean, yeah, once again, MJM. Chimera tries to stand on the point to defend it, but Deadstar, you know, just whips out the scattergun to finish her off. And there we go, first point is going to go into the hands of TMG. So MJM, of course, they are going to reach mid right now. Mid fight is going to be underway. Bolo, of course, going to try to get those aggressive bombs down to anyone at all. The medic is going to be all the way inside choke, though. Ace are going to try to bomb onto Bolo as well. He's going to get finished off and denied. Bolo going to be the next one getting taken down. Chimera getting finished off as well. The only people are being M3 as well as Cabbage, who is going to go back out through Valley. M3 going to go all the way back to the last point. Going to try to toss out stickies onto the Spire. Well, that is going to be that. The midpoint is going to go into TMG once again.
Very bad. This looking very bad for MJM.
The control point is being contested.
I actually think that the blue side, for example, like Cabbage and M3, I think they back up pretty early. Like Cabbage is playing way too passive, like way too passive, and M3 back out like miles away from the combo, you know.
Right, so Cabbage is going to be the off-class to Engineer, getting that 7th man up top right now. Level 1, but the Uber is going to be popped. The Sentry going to prove nothing more than a distraction. Shadow going to be shining, pushing into the final point. There's nobody on the point at the moment, though. Stickies are not going to be doing anything right now. Just a couple of solid shots right now, but he is going to get finished off by the heavy weapons guy. The Scouts, of course, going to be trying to do anything at all, but they're just getting absolutely denied by the players of MJM. Ace are currently the only one up together with Rusty. Going to be backing out all the way once again through the battlements. Right, so Sphere is going to recapture that Spire for their team. So TMG with that failed push are going to be a little bit on their back foot right now. Chimera with that lovely full Uber charge. They are going to push all the way to mid to contest it right now. They do have that full charge, but they're all going to be clumped up inside the room, though, inside the house. And there we go. Shiny Baller going to be jumping in, trying to get the pick down to the medic, though. He does finish off Sinky. Doesn't intend to chase down Rusty? Not too sure though, so there we do have a back cap going down though. Deadstar currently on the point going toe to toe against Cabbage of Love. He is going to be taken down to 5 health and finally getting finished off. That is going to be a push delayed for MJM. Lovely plays coming from Deadstar once again. The back cap shenanigans coming out from TMG. Chimera was going to be, well, was finished off doing that mid fight exchange though. Rusty going to have that very huge Uber at 100% into his hands right now. And ooh, MJM, they are going to be on their back foot once again. Yet to have any charge as of now, though. Currently, no off-casting for the side of MJM. Spire is going to go back into the hands of TMG. Uber is going to be popped for TMG, though. They do pop the Uber onto concrete. I do believe it was forced. So that is going to be the Uber gone for TMG. But another pause going down. And we'll say accidental pause. What?
So they have one player disconnected from the server.
Right, yeah, so I believe it is the Scout? Cabbage, yeah, so Cabbage DC'd once again. And yeah, so full Uber, not anymore. Uber did get forced earlier on concrete. So that is 0 charge for the side of TMG. Chimera with the fake Uber calls once again. Currently at 50%. So TMG, of course, not too keen on pushing in. And just hanging up top once again. So no off classing for MJM at the moment. No sniper, no heavy, no engineer, and TMG just hanging back, building up that charge. So trying to get it up as fast as possible. Death Star going to whip out that Boston Basher to build it up together with his medic. Rusty at 70% with Himera at 99. They do have that full Uber at. I don't think they're too keen on pushing out though. You see Bowler just peeking down below. He's going to jump back up to reunite with his medic. And ESEA, of course, is going to be down below, bottom right, the flank, just trying to peek around. And there we go. The Ubers are going to be traded right now. Upper lobby. Ubers are going to be popped for both sides. Bowler going to be trying to take down anybody at all. The scout, of course, going to be down below, getting finished off. The point is going to be open right now. The only thing on the point right now is going to be the Sticky T with some lovely pice flying into the face of Bowler. Gonna take Teehee down really low, but Bowler is not gonna be able to finish it off. Rusty gonna eat quite a lot of spam. Gonna be taken down to 45. There's gonna be someone on the point, but the Sticky's gonna finish him off. ESEA gonna get finished off right there. Currently, TMG, they're still in this though. They're still all the way in. Bowler singles out the medic, and that is gonna be that. The medic gets finished off as well. They're gonna have to have someone to watch last while they push forward to recapture Spire though. M3 gonna have his Stickies up on the point already. Big Head gonna be watching inside the point right now. Sphere gonna finish off Dead Star as well.
Oh, back. Who's a few back cap over there? Good try.
Sphere gonna inch his way forward already. Cabbage gonna get finished off right now. And Sphere gonna finish off ESEA as well. So arrows hitting the wooden plank at the Spire instead of Sphere's face, but he does get the heals in the end. So Spire is gonna go back into the hands of MJO. They do have that full Uber as well, so it does look like they want to contest mid right now. They are gonna be pushing in, but they're waiting for the players to get into position. And the Solly Shaller takes down Big Head before he can do anything at all. It's going to be one Solly down. The Uber, of course, still in the hands of Himera. There we go. Uber is going to finally be popped onto everyone. Bowler going to be pushing forward. Cabbage going to be flanking around. Sphere going to try to get anything done at all, but the medic Rusty gets finished off. So that is going to be a very worthwhile Uber. Lots of players going to be falling for the side of TMG. Only Sinky and Teehee up. Sinky going to be coming from behind though. He does know where the players for MJM are. He's going to try to play a sneaky play. No one has spotted Sinky as of yet though. He's all the way behind, going to try to recapture the midpoint, but he's not going to be able to contest that Spire capture. Big Hit going to eat quite a lot of damage coming out from Stinky's scattergun. But that is going to be that. He does finish off Big Head in the end, so he's still behind them. TMG going to try their best to defend the final point. Uber ad, it's a very, very sizable Uber ad into the hands of MJM. Sinky, of course, still all the way behind. No, he has reunited with his team, so that is going to be Sinky back into the safe embrace of his medic. MJM players with that Uber charge up and ready to go as we speak. So no offcasting right now for the side of TMG. Sinky going to take it down really low once again. Tries to get anything done at all. Uber yet to be forced at all. Capital Love going toe to toe against ESEA. Going to finally finish him off. The Scout coming from behind gets the force down to Himera. Going to pop that Uber to save her teammates and herself, of course. Two players down for the side of TMG. Sizable Uber at 60%. Heavy weapons guy going to be spawning in right now. Going to toss out all those bullets onto everyone's faces. MGM and Sphere going to be on the point. Takes down the heavy weapons guy. Going to stand on the point together with his Solly. The Solly going to try to bomb in. Sphere got to stand on the point, and there we go. They finally get a score onto the scoreboard. 1-1 for CP Badlands. I mean, that was relatively messy, but MGM managed to pull through.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Mid-fight is going to be underway once again. It does look like a TMG once again are gaining the upper hand. The only people are being M3 as well as Big Head, so big shame. They do lose Himera on that mid-fight exchange. Big Head does successfully take down Dead Star though. But he is going to slowly make his way back into the resub and then into the last point. He is still hanging around inside resub though, possibly going to get that sneaky plays once again. So Himera is going to be spawning in right now. Spire, of course, going to go back into the hands of TMG. MJM going to be backing out all the way. Currently no off-casting for the side of MJM. No NG Heavy or Sniper Spy. TMG, of course, with that full Uber charge ready to go. Current score is 1-1. 14 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, counting down. And yeah, TMG, man, does look like they intend to push forward for this play. Full Uber charge. Shadow going to come in, try to toss some rockets up to the upper spawn. Uber is going to be popped for the side of TMG. Shadow going to be shining, push his way onto the point. Still, Uber ends though for the side of TMG, but not much was done. Teehee gonna get finished off, but they are gonna be able to stack the point successfully. MJM's M3 comes in to defend the final point, but they are gonna be finished off. Shallot just sticks his toe onto the point. Lots of capture time already on it, and 1-2 in favor of TMG.
Shoutout is doing so much for TMG the last round, pushing to the last.
Definitely, man.
Despite having the full bread, I would say that at least half full bread. I don't know. I wouldn't let just one professor do this Uber solo Uber. But it's a good look anyway.
Yep, so TMG get that point. And there we go, mid-fight is going to go underway once again. Baller, Cabbage, Sphere getting taken down. So lots of players for the side of MJM falling once again. Big Head going to be at 7 health. Lovely Arrow brings him back up into the triple digits. Solly just spamming rockets down. The Scout coming in to finish the job. The only person up, Himera rushing back, desperately trying to grab the medium health back. Getting chased all the way by Teehee. Teehee definitely aggressively wanting to get that medic pick, but Himera does survive. 75% charge on hand. Rusty, however, was taken down. Spire gonna go into the hands of TMG, but they don't have any medic, they don't have any charge. Himera gonna have that full Uber up and ready to go. They can possibly push out to gain some ground though. Does look like they intend to do so. They are gonna be pushing forward towards the upper lobby. And TMG, man, extreme aggression coming in once again.
Careful of the back cap again, man.
Oh, definitely they have to look out for the Scouts, but the Scouts are going to be busy trying to defend Spire for their team. They're still going to toss out some lovely stickies directly onto the bodies. And yeah, Baller. Ooh, Sinky gets finished off in the end. I do believe we have ASEA currently going to go onto the final point, standing on the point for his team though. The Scouts trying to edge their way. Nobody trying to get the point though. MGM, they're losing so many players. They're losing so many players. M3 managed to somehow defend it for his team. He's the only one up. He has 5 health. All they have to do is just run in and sneeze on him and they can capture the point. The medic gonna jump down and there we go. TMG! 2-1, 3-1.
Well played by ASEA. It's a well played.
Ooh, ASEA coming in out of nowhere, jumping onto the point, causing MGM to panic, falling all the way back, and then just start dropping players when they try to push in to defend the point one by one. So ASEA, man, definitely opened the door for that final point capture. 11 minutes and 46 seconds counting down on the clock. MJM and going through the mid fight right now. Himera gonna try to flank around. Two Solis aggressively bombing onto the MJM medic though. The demo man finally comes back to link up. And once again, MJM, they're just losing so many players on this mid fight. And TMG, they're still all up. They're still all, well, not that healthy, but the medic is still up, trying to keep them all buffed up once again. But MJM, they're just losing so many players. What's going on? MJM, they're on the wrong side of the map. Himera and the demo man. They're going to be on the midpoint right now, but it's just not going to be enough for them to recapture Spire. The Spire is going to go back into the hands. Himera tries to stand on the point once again. The Spire gets delayed. They're just torn. They're not sure, but it doesn't matter. Spire goes in the hands of TMG. TMG, they're uncontested. They're just pushing straight to last.
It's looking very bad for MJM.
What is going on? What is going on, MJM?
I think they got pretty stressed out, I think.
Yeah, I mean, oh.
So by far, I think MGM hasn't really won any mid fight yet. Right?
No, not on CP Badlands, and that is a huge shame. I mean, they're a strong team, and here we go. Another mid fight is going to go underway. Fingers crossed, you know, there is still 10 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock. MGM can do anything to turn this around. Mid fight, of course, is going to be a huge deal. Aggressive Solly Bob's going to be coming in once again. Himera trying to stand safely away from all the carnage. Aggressive Solly coming straight away, getting Himera straight off the bat. That is the medic down for MJM. TMG still has their medic up. They still have 3 players. Dead Star doing extremely good job, taking out so many people for his team. Just cleaning the floor. MJM, the only players up. M3 and Baller, both 20 health and 10 health, respectively. Baller gonna get finished off inside Shed House. And, oh my goodness. Rusty will get picked off though, but MJM, they lose so many players. Midpoint is going to go into the hands of TMG. MJM are going to push forward to try to gain some ground, to try to get into position to defend anything they can. TMG just going to be spamming down choke once again. N3 just tossing his stickies out, trying to lay down some sticky traps so TMG don't push through. Uber, of course, a slight add into the hands of Humera right now. 44 going up against TMG's Rusty 17 and counting. And currently just keeping all the teammates buffed up, trying to get those Uber charges up as soon as possible as well. As of right now, not too much going down. Both teams just standing a safe distance away from each other. Just fake Ubers being called out once again. TMG, of course, still hanging around a little bit far back this time around on their crates instead of forward, you know, holding on to MJM's side. We do have Sinky as a spy though, so I'm curious to see if Sinky can pull off anything at all. He is going to be flanking all the way back into their resub, so I don't think anything's going to go down. So Uber is going to be ready for the side of MJM. It does look like they intend to try to gain some ground, but of course Uber is going to be in the hands of TMG as well. They took too long, and they are just going to be dropping players once again. Number add into TMG. MJM, they're just backing out right now. Solly with the aggressive bomb, the Uber gets forced, and just TMG, they are going to be shiny, pushing all the way through. Sinky is going to get finished off. There is going to be someone trying to capture the Spire for their team. MJM, they're just backing out. N3 gets finished off. And MJM, they're on the back foot. They're just trying desperately to defend. Just trying to take down kills. The medic and Rusty is going to be alone. Big Head going to try to push forward to get any capture, you know, any kills down onto the medic, but it's just not happening. MJM, of course, they are just going to rotate around onto the Battlements. We do see the scout trying to capture it for his team. Big Head going to jump onto the point right now, tossing some rockets down through choke. Rusty going to be taken down a little bit low, but the regen going to bring him back up into the healthy range. Lovely air shot coming in from Big Head, taking down Sinky really low. He's going to be bombed by those two Solis once again. Aggressive duo Soli bomb, and MGM trying to do the same thing. It is going to be MGE on Spire, but MGM, they're losing so many players. T-He all the way forward, destroying Sphere. The only person up being Cabbage of Love, alone defending the final point. TMG, they're just pushing in right now. They really want to get this point. ESEA just pushing in alone, tries to get Cabbage down. The Demo Man going to be standing on the point. Cabbage, you have to stand on the point though. Himera going to be alone on the point, getting finished off. The Soli coming in, tries to take down the Demo Man Baller, but gets tossed up in the air. And the capture point goes to TMG. So this is looking extremely grim for MJM. It's just not going into their favor at all. TMG going extremely strongly. Just suddenly the fire coming up from TMG. They're just pushing on strong. I mean, the mid fights, of course, have been falling into TMG's hands. MJM just not being able to grab, you know, that midpoint advantage at all. Now they lose Boulder, they lose Big Head. T being the first one for the side of TMG down. Sphere goes down shortly after. Himera getting finished off. The only person up being M3, currently trying to desperately do any damage at all, but it's going to be a full wipe for MJM. TMG with 4 of their players up. T spawning in right now. Shoutout with a 6-second spawn timer. They do have that full Uber ad, and just going to recapture the Spire and push to last once again. So currently no off-classing for MJM. No sniper, no heavy, no NG at the moment, no spy, but full Uber are going to be coming in from TMG. They are just going to be pushing in aggressively. They're not going to wait for the spawners to come in. ESEA are going to get finished off right now. They are going to pop an Uber onto Deadstar. They are just going to try to push in. Deadstar going to be shiny, trying to take down anybody at all. The medic tries to push forward though. They do take down a couple of people though, so... but they are going to be losing quite a few as well. Deadstar going toe-to-toe against the other scout, but the medic is going to be there with him. Scout, of course, going to try to run and recount to the point forward. Their team Spear going to be finished off by a lovely arrow coming in from Rusty. Big Head going to single out Rusty once again. Tries to get some damage done, but gets denied by Shatler on concrete. And Rusty lives to see another day. Himera going to get picked off by the scout once again. Sinky trying to go toe-to-toe against everyone on the final point. He wants to capture for the team, but everyone is focused on Sinky. The Solly's just going to move in and stand on the point. And 6-1.
Oh, it's a good game.
And that is going to be that. A 5-point advantage into TMG. TMG takes the tiebreaker map. A 6-1 victory over MJM. Taking a look at the stats this time around. Top damager coming out is going to be Baller with 6.6 1,000 damage, followed shortly after by Shoutout at 6.5 and Teehee at 6.1. The person with the most frags is going to be Shoutout with 21 kills, AsiaFortress with 19, and Bowler falling shortly after with 17, tied together with Sphere, of course. In terms of medic efficiency, Himera with a slight efficiency right there, 2.3 seconds before healing compared to Rusty's 4.1. 10 Ubers for Rusty and 9 for Himera. Uber healing order a little bit different for both sides. The Scout Deadster, of course, getting more heals for the side of TMG. So, all in all, good plays coming up from both teams. A big shame that it had to go down that way for MJM. It's just that, I mean, TMG, man, those mid fights, very scary.
Well, anyway, well played for TMG. I think they really conquered the mid fights very well. And again, textbook TF2. Roll mid, win the game, win the last push to the last.
And just capture the final point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... yeah, that is going to conclude the Div 3 bracket. A huge congratulations to TMG for grabbing the championship position. TMG, of course, has been known as, you know, the underdogs for Div 3. I mean, this is not something that everyone was looking out for. Everyone had their bets down on MJM. They pretty much, you know, they pretty much thought that MJM was just gonna straight roll all the way to the grand finals and just take the grand finals. But after all those roster shuffles, after all those transfer windows, TMG, man, they came out on top. So congratulations to TMG for taking first place. Of course, congratulations for MJM for taking second place. That's not something to laugh about as well. Definitely good plays coming from both teams. Aggressive bombs coming out from the TMG Solis. And of course, that very, very huge back cap coming from Sinky on Snakewater. That is going to be a very, very interesting highlight for tonight's match. Yeah, that is going to conclude tonight's cast. Majiami heading up against TMG for the grand finals. TMG going to be taking the title for the Div 3 champions. So, of course, shout out to R for joining me for the shoutcast tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, my pleasure indeed. I do believe we might be able to get some of the TMG players into the Discord. We are going to have a couple of players heading in right now already. Just give them a couple of moments to join in before we hop in. Yeah, there we go. They are going to be in. So let's hop into the TMG channel.
What?
Congratulations to TMG!
Thanks.
Very, very lovely plays coming up from TMG. Of course, huge play coming up from Sinky on Snakewater. That massive back cap turning the tide for your team, of course.
Yeah, there were a lot of backouts happened.
Definitely a lot of back caps and
EU gimmicks.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, lovely bombs coming in from Acer, of course. You know, bombing onto the medic straight away, aggressive straight away, taking out Himera and you know securing that Uber ad, of course, and lovely plays all in all.
Yeah, the sneaky plays and everything. Good job, man.
Thank.
Yeah, definitely paid off in the end. So. Yeah, once again, congratulations to TMG. Very good job, very lovely plays, and you guys have been crowned the Div 3 champions.
We're so happy right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't say anything.
yeah, you guys took down what was essentially the giant inside of the Div 3 bracket, and you know, you guys should definitely be proud of yourselves.
Yep.
Yeah, so, yep. Once again, finally, congratulations. Yeah, that is going to be it for tonight. That is the cast between MJM as well as TNG. Very lovely plays coming from both teams, of course. Tomorrow, we have another match to look forward to. It is going to be Wine and Cheese heading up against Fruit Salad. That is going to be a very, very nice match to look forward to. I am very excited for that match. Of course, you know, looking forward to any potential backcaps coming in from Verdi as well. Once again, those 2 health clutch backcaps. Very, very interesting indeed. So, yeah, it has been me as well as R casting for you tonight. Tomorrow is going to be a different co-caster, a different analyst for tonight. For tomorrow, between the matchup Wine and Cheese as well as Fruit Salad. That is going to be something to look forward to as well. So, that is going to be it for tonight. Cheers, guys.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Have a good night indeed.
Good night.